Big chain food, chain gang.
It's DJ Fight for me.
Keep on my like it, drive me up. Wanna test us 25 psyche. You could try to cuff, I let it up and bust your brain. Baby girl, I need that bag.
More people on the chain gang. Me too. Get ready, Kentwood fans.
About to say, there we go. I hear you. The setting for tonight's LHSAA Game of the Week. We're on campus at Kentwood High School, home of the 9-time state champion Rouge. Their opponent from Baton Rouge is Southern Lab. Both these teams undefeated in league play, and a piece of the district title is on the line. We are under the tank for the very first LHSAA network broadcast. You see the Kentwood Kangaroos 7-1. They're undefeated in district play, taking on Southern Lab, the Kittens 6-1. Welcome into Kentwood High School Football Stadium alongside former LSU National Champion Derry Beckwith. I'm Garrett Walbert. We got a great matchup for you tonight. Kentwood comes in the #1 ranked team in the state in Division IV non-select, and Southern Lab, their top 6 under Coach Daryl Asbury in select play. Derry, when you look at these two teams, we couldn't really ask for a better matchup to kick off the network.
This is playoff atmosphere. This game historically has been great. Think about the players. Marcus Spears of Southern Lab, Demetrius Hooks from Kentwood, so expect a great matchup tonight.
You take a look at the teams getting ready to come on the field. Don't be fooled. 1A schools in Louisiana produce some prime-time recruits, including Southern Lab star Dylan Day.
Dylan Day, obviously, is a great cornerback. He has great range, extremely physical. They're going to use him a lot in the box tonight. The guy is a great tackler and a great space player. He's a player from hash to hash that gets after the ball as a ball hawk.
Day, a Miami commit. He'll be playing in the ACC next season. Cavante Carter for Kentwood is back after an all-state campaign at 22. He's a two-way star.
Expect them to use him at running back and the slot receiver. And slot receiver, expect them to give him the ball in bubble screens to get him in space and use his explosive ability.
It's Kentwood and Southern Lab. They're gearing up. It is a perfect Thursday night under the lights. We're going to kick off week 9 after this, coming up on the LHSAA Network.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Bringing high school sports coverage statewide here on the LHSAA Network.
Because every kid has a story, every kid has a journey, and every kid needs that journey to be told, because a lot of these kids are searching for things, a lot of these kids are working towards things, and a lot of these kids use things that's going on in their life to fuel their fire in the weight room, in the classroom, so they can make it to that next level like they always dream of.
The LHSAA Network, where tradition never graduates.
Welcome back, Daryl Asbury, the head coach. I don't hear myself in my headset. Welcome back. Still don't have audio. Welcome back. We're live in Kentwood. There's Southern Lab head coach Daryl Asbury, winner of the 2021 state championship with the Kittens. He's got his team out here tonight undefeated, 2-0 in district play, 6-1 on the season. And he's got a team out here, Derry, that is looking not only be competitive, but to get a win on the road and get a piece of this district title.
Absolutely. Talking to him this week, he talked about playing in a hostile environment. Coming to Kentwood is not going to be easy, so if they can come out with a victory tonight, that will give them great momentum heading into the playoffs.
Southern Lab won the toss. They'll defer. Let's step aside for our national anthem. Star Spangled Banner. Garrett Walver, Derry Beck with you high here above in the Kentwood High School press box. Jonathan Foster now in his 10th season as the head coach at Kentwood. He's in his 19th season here overall. Derry's won a pair of state titles. His Kangaroos played for another. This guy was a defensive MVP at A-Meet back in the 90s. Later played college ball at ULM. He's had a lot of success here in Tangipahoa Parish.
Absolutely. Anything that I know about a head coach, if he has a defensive background, his team's going to be physical. They're going to play hard, both on offense and defensive side of the ball.
Kentwood will be out first on offense. Southern Lab again won the coin toss and will defer to the second half. Two explosive offenses will be on the field tonight. Kentwood averaging better than 6 touchdowns a game. Southern Lab's right there with them. 45 points per game on offense. Both of these teams will run spread. Lots of student athletes across the field. Our return team, Carter and Brown Jr. For Southern Lab, it will be Grigsby kicking off. Kentwood returned 18 starters coming into the year, including their quarterback, 2 all-district wide receivers, and their entire offensive line. Obviously, the hopes were very high going into this 23 season.
Absolutely. Look, they got playmakers all over the field, and it starts with Devontae Carter. So they're going to want to try to get him the ball tonight, get him out in space. Watching film of this guy, he's extremely strong, elusive. He's great in space. So Southern Lab defensively will have their hands full tonight.
Devontae Carter, All-State last year, lined up ready to accept. Jermaine Brown, a junior wideout, back there with him. We appreciate both of these schools agreeing to move up to a Thursday night to help us kick off the LHSAA network here in 2023. Jesse Grigsby, number 25, the senior, ready to kick us off. Week 9 is underway. Fielded at the 25-yard line and quickly taken down by Southern Lab, and Kentwood will head out on offense.
Now, I'm interested, Garrett, to see the Southern Lab defense. Talking to Coach Osbury this week, they want to get 11 guys to the football and apply pressure as much as possible.
We take a look at the starting offensive players for the Kentwood Roos here under the tank. Eric Earl, the junior, a senior who was a quarterback a year ago, played some wide receiver. He's the starting QB tonight with Jamarcus Wilson, their regular starter, out with a bit of an injury. Carter and Burton at wide receiver. You see some talented players on the offensive line. McKnight, Gordon, Norman, Wilson, and Smith, all seniors, all back after starting a year ago. Kentwood's offensive line will line up with a 4-wide set. Pass into the flat, nifty little move. And that's an easy catch and run by Shamar Cooper. Just shy of the first down.
And it's simple for Kentwood. It's easy. Get the ball in the playmaker's hands.
Cooper, 5'10", 175 pounds, senior. Also plays defensive back. He's got 5 touchdown catches on the year. The ball on the 39-yard line. They need 1 to move the chains. 3-wide set, looking to protect. Here's a keeper, pitch out. Little catch made by Sean Burton, and he's got the first down. That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down. Entrust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. So Eric Earl with what looked like a keeper in the quick pitch. Burton gets the first down, looking to the sidelines here. Number 63, Israel Norman over the ball, the 6'1", 275-pound center. Hikes it back to Earl. Pass into the flats. Caught right at the 50-yard line. And now let's take a look at the starters on defense for Southern Lab. Talented across the defensive front with Randall Johnson, Preston Hawkins, Jaron Smith. Linebacker core is good as well with Chase Square and Chad Jones Jr. And in the defensive secondary, number 3, Dylan Day. Watch out, primetime recruit matched up with Marquette Duncan and Ronald Johnson. Second down, ball now at the 49-yard line. Kentwood trying to get into Southern Lab territory. Again, they go to the near side. Stutter step and a move by Burton. He's pushed out of bounds.
You can see Kentwood's game plan offensively tonight. It's not going to be hard. It's to be simple slant routes, bubble routes to their receivers and see if they can make something happen. And for Southern Lab defensively, when you get explosive players in offense, you have to run to the football and get 11 hats to the ball.
You got to get some guys on Burton. He's a big running back. 5'10", 220, still just a junior. He's got 9 touchdowns on the season. That's Marquette Duncan moving around the field. A little rover for Southern Lab. Man in motion is Burton. Earl goes over the top of the defense. Almost intercepted. Pretty sure that was Denham Hunt. Had to go out of his hands. But that'll force a punt.
Great stop right there by Southern Lab's defense. Kentwood offense has some momentum. I know Denham Hunt will love to get that back. They're always saying if the ball hits your hand, you have to catch it. But great stop by the Southern Lab defense.
Well, Hunt should have an opportunity to get his hands on it here. He's going to be your return man for Southern Lab. Senior wide receiver Shamar Cooper punts this one away, and it sails over the head of Hunt. Heading towards the goal line. It's inside the 5 and saved at the line. We'll see what the official says. It'll be a touchback. I think they're going to say he's got it down at the 1-yard line. That would be a fantastic play.
In a game like this, teams that's both evenly matched, special teams will be the key in this football game.
Let's watch Cavante Miller after the ball bounces towards the end zone. Number 10 had a long way to run.
He did an awesome job of keeping the ball in play, and great job getting downfield and making them play and making it tough on the Southern Lab's offense.
Southern Lab now backed up as far as they could be on the right hash, and quarterback Marlon Brown, number 11, will lead the offense out onto the field. Brown at QB, 6'3", 190. He's a senior. Completes 70% of his passes, 11 touchdowns, 3 picks on the year for 1,100 yards. Might just see a couple of handoffs here, backed up so deep in your own territory. Tailback Jerome Harris, number 5, with some room to run. He's got a first down, came out of his own end zone. And that was Amarian Asbury, Coach Asbury's son, number 7, who got the first run. Your offense, Miller, Briggs, and Brumfield listed. Offensive line with Abdalak, Tucson, and Jupiter. Jupiter your center. Howard and Foster. Everyone on the line a senior with the exception of Abdalak. Another run, this time up the middle, and Kentwood's got the answer. They smother the ball carrier. We take a look at the defense for Kentwood. The Roos come out on the field. Primetime player on the line, 55 P.J. Wilson, 69 tackles on the year. Jaquavis Blunt has 11 sacks, 6'2", 240. At the linebacking core, watch out for Cavante and Trevante Miller, as long as Tylen Brumfeld, number 7. And then Cavante Carter and Shamar Cooper. Wide receivers, they double as defensive backs in the secondary. No yards on the game. Looking down the field, a flag is flying, probably going to be holding. Brown scampers to the right side, is picked up, and his momentum is stopped. Our first flag of the game could be holding on the O-line. We'll see what the officials say. Our crew is from Hammond. Our white hat is Mike Heimel.
Looks like on that play, the left tackle, David Howard from Southern Lab, kind of let the defender get by him. He hooked him and got a 10-yard penalty on Southern Lab.
So a repeat of second down. This ball's just past the 5-yard line. And it looks like you can see on the left side of your screen the hold called Brown still wasn't able to get the ball away. Asbury in the backfield. Asbury's a great story. He's in his junior season and slimmed down as a running back from 245 to his current weight of 205. His dad said that he really dedicated himself in the offseason. Dropped the weight, now he's a step faster, but still a load at 205. Here's a first down pass, catch by Keenan Butler, and that'll move the chains for Southern Lab.
Southern Lab has dynamic receivers with a lot of speed. These guys were on last year's 4x1 state championship track team, so expect them to get the ball in these guys' hands tonight.
I think what's really impressive when you look at Butler, Denham Hunt, and Marquez Williams, all three of these guys are averaging better than 18 yards per catch. Throw it up. Let these guys go get it. There's Butler, over 300 yards receiving. This will be a 4-wide set, trips to the bottom of your screen. Brown has protection, time to throw, cuts up the middle. He'll be brought down for a 2-yard gain at the most. Talk about the secondary for Kentwood. They're blanketing everybody because Brown can't get one away.
That was a great job by Kentwood's defense. Obviously on 3rd and long, they rushed 3, dropped 8, kept everything in front of them, and able to get a turnover down to get the ball back into the offensive hands.
That was Jaquavis Blunt with the tackle. 75 tackles on the year coming in, 11 sacks, and 23 tackles for loss. They'll punt this one away. High punt, fair catch called at the 45-yard line, but a flag flies well away from where the ball landed. "35-yard punt, but we'll wait on the official to make the call." Nice crowd filing in here on campus.
And let's see if this Kentwood offense on this drive gets Cavante Carter involved more. They didn't really get too many touches on that first drive, and see if they want to push the ball down the field as well.
"15-yard penalty, but that is assessed after the punt, so on Kentwood. Back out on the field, Eric Earl and Kentwood. Trying to run over the left side. Minimal gain. Randall Johnson loses his hat. Johnson, 6'5", 280 as a junior. He'll head to the sideline for a play. Earl's got good numbers as well. 37 of 58 passing coming in, 63% completion percentage, almost 550 yards. Earl's been very good. 8 touchdowns, just 1 interception.
He takes great care of the football, and that's what you want out of your quarterback. Someone who doesn't turn the ball over, takes care of it, and gets the ball into the playmaker's hands.
Carter and Cooper at the bottom of your screen. Movement near the line, flags fly. Southern Lab. Cooper and Earl will come back to the field.
I know talking to Coach Osbury during the week, he likes his defense to get pressure and get after the quarterback. But the only thing with a game like this, where Kentwood gets the ball quickly out of the hands, you probably want to play base defense and not have rush lanes with the quarterback to get up the field. So expect them to play a lot of base tonight on the defense side of the ball for Southern Lab.
Now 2nd and 4 for Kentwood. Wide receiver streak down the field. Pass to the flats. It's caught by Cooper. Loses his footing right around the 40. Cooper came in with almost 250 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. take a look at the replay.
Great job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands. Outstanding throw to get it over the outside linebacker. Guy gets to the field, gets a few yards, and gets them in a third and short situation.
Looks like Kentwood here on third down is about 3 yards short. Here's a handoff up the gut. Burton trying to power his way forward for a first down, and he does. Burton on the season, 83 carries, 800 yards, 9 touchdowns. Here's the number that'll pop your eyes the most. He's averaging 9.6 a clip.
Little Logan Diggs from LSU, obviously he gets like 5-6 yards a carry. So great running back. He runs with his pads and has a great pad level and picks up great yardage.
They'll hand off to Burton again. This time runs over the left guard. He's got 4 games this season with 100+ yards, and he's got a good start here.
Looks like Kentwood is going to come out tonight and be physical, control the clock, run the football, make sure they keep this Southern Lab offense off the field, who's last week put up 60 points. So anytime offense puts up 60 points offensively for Kentwood, you want to make sure that you bleed the clock and keep Southern Lab from getting the ball on offense.
Burton, all district last year. Coach calls him a tank at 5'10", 220. Kind of a staggered wide receiver set, bottom of your screen. Here's Earl, over the middle, caught, running is Cooper. Cooper off to the races, one man, drags him down right at the 2-yard line. A huge first down, catch and run for Shamar Cooper. 51 yards on the pass by Eric Earl Jr. He's in the general contractor Ronald Johnson red zone.
That's a great job of Eric Earl hitting him on the post route. Obviously, when you have a successful running game, that's going to allow those safeties to bite up, and they're able to get a play over the top.
See if they go to Burton. Movement on the line from the right side. I think that was James McKnight. Terry, that was a huge play. What led Cooper to be so wide open through the middle of the field?
Kentwood's run game, obviously you have to keep Southern Lab honest, and that's what they're doing. They're keeping them honest, and when you have a great run game, a lot of times those safeties want to bite up to get in the run action, and they were able to hit Cooper over the top on that post route. Outstanding play call.
My mistake. That ball, that penalty was on Southern Lab. That'll move it half the distance to the goal line. Still first down for Kentwood. Trying to score first here.
I expect Jamari and Burton to get the ball right here.
They're a yard from pay dirt. Burton trying to bust into the end zone, and he is stopped just short. One of the big man in the middle. I think that was Randall Johnson, came away with the stop.
Obviously, when you get down here and on the 1-yard line, the key is push. Can the O-line get pushed? Who wins the pad level is going to determine if they get in the end zone or not.
Timeout called. 2:17 on the first clock. Today's game brought to you by general contractor Ronald Johnson Investments. Whether you planned it or you're needing plans, call Ronald Johnson Investments, the commercial general contractor, today. So a 51-yard pass by Earl to Cooper gets them right at the doorstep. Again, the opportunity whether to try and pound it up the middle with Shun Burton or maybe kind of run wide with the athletic quarterback in Eric Earl. They've got options here, and it's still just first down, second down.
Absolutely, but I feel like Burton wants the football. He's asking the coach to give it to him again. So I expect him to give him one more shot, try to pound his ball in. Obviously, they had some great success tonight early on running the football, so I would not try to defer and do anything different. Get the ball in Burton's hand and see if he can pound it in.
Both these offenses have piled up points in the 23 season. So Earl with Burton to his right, set up in the gun. from the left hash. Movement on the line again. False start by the offense, and that'll back them up to the 6-yard line.
That time Kentwood got a little too anxious. Obviously, like I said earlier, when you get down here, you want to be able to get off the ball, and I think they're trying to get an early start to get off the ball and win that pad level, but you don't want to put yourself in a position when you get down to the 1-yard line.
5 penalties already in the game, 3 for Southern Lab for 15 yards, 2 for Kentwood, 20 yards. Number 0 for Kentwood, LaMichael Callahan, primarily a defensive player, is in as a blocker on the left side. We'll see if Burton follows him. From the 6, here's Burton with the handoff. He's wrapped up behind the line, pushing forward and gets it back to the original destination before the flag.
Great job by Southern Lab defense. Obviously, they're holding strong. They're great at the point of attack. They're using their hands and getting off of blocks. Let's see if they got one more down in them. It looks like, to me, it's going to be 4-down territory.
Here's a run up the middle, powering their way into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentwood! And the Roos are on the board first. With his 10th touchdown of the season, Jamarian Shun Burton puts Kentwood up early against Southern Lab.
That's a great job by Mr. Burton, getting behind his pass, getting to the end zone. Outstanding drive by Kentwood, running the football, passing the football to be the first on the scoreboard tonight.
That drive covered about 70 yards for Kentwood. They did a great job of chewing up clock, getting down the field. There's Burton into the end zone for the plunge. 8 plays, 69 yards. And this kick attempt is blocked. Kittens won't be able to advance it, and our score hangs at 6-0. That's a heck of a statement by Kentwood. 8 plays, 69 yards. Burton caps it off with the touchdown. Now Southern Lab needs to answer.
Absolutely. Southern Lab obviously has an explosive offense, but also Kentwood with this 3-man defensive front is really stout. Obviously, they have a great nose tackle, great linebacker, so I think it's going to be a little tough for Southern Lab tonight. I don't expect a 60-pointer from Southern Lab tonight, but obviously they have to get the ball, make some plays and see what they can do, and go down and try to match Kentwood with a touchdown.
Pretty good start for Kentwood. They had to punt on their first possession, drive almost 70 yards for the second. And now Southern Lab's offense, I think they're ready to get back out on the field and show what they can do. P.J. Wilson ready to kick off.
For Kentwood's defense, I think tonight they're going to keep everything in front. They're not going to allow these receivers to get behind them. They're going to continue to rush 3 and drop 8 and keep these speedy receivers Southern Lab and not allow them to beat them deep.
Wilson puts his boot into it. Williams and Butler back deep. That one's caught at the 20-yard line, and making a move is Butler. Butler to the right side. He's right out at midfield before he's shoved out of bounds. That'll get the Kittens fans on their feet. 27 yards on the return for Keenan Butler.
That's a great job by getting upfield, reading his spots, getting outside, and getting his offense in a great field position. In a game like this, like I said, when you're evenly matched, special teams are going to be key. Kentwood got the first great special teams play. Now Southern Lab answered with a wonderful kickoff return.
The ball will be spotted at Southern Lab's 47-yard line. Marlon Brown surveying the defense. Maybe he's making a change at the line. Play clock down to 15. Too wide at the top, too wide at the bottom of your screen. Handoff in the backfield, and a lick by LaMichael Callahan. That'll stop the runner. 2 yards on the carry.
That's a great job by LaMichael Callahan. Obviously, Coach Foster talked about him this week as one of the leaders on the defensive ball. He did a great job right there, getting penetration, getting off the block, and getting the running back in the backfield.
Callahan, 6 foot, 220, a junior. In the backfield for Southern Lab, number 5, Jerome Harris. A 5'8", 175-pound sophomore. Flags fly again. That'll back up Southern Lab.
False starts, holding calls is a drive killer for the offense. I know Coach Osbury is not too happy right now with the penalties. He wants to get that under control to make sure they can get some fluidity within his offense.
4th penalty of the game already, and we're still in the first quarter. Brown looking to move the offense. Checks the sideline, 10 on the game clock. Under 5 seconds on the play clock, and he gets the ball. Brown, all kinds of time to throw. He'll scramble, gets a block from Harris. He'll be short of a first down, and either a horse collar or potentially a face mask is going to be called on Kentwood. Brown runs to the sideline.
Great coverage by Kentwood's defense on that play again. They're dropping 8, keeping everything in front. But when you make a stop like that, you want to make sure you keep your pass down and wrap up and not try to tackle so high. And you do that, you get a situation like either horse collar or face mask.
Watching the official, though, it might potentially be a hold on Southern Lab. And it is. When Brown tried to come over the left side, the hold appeared. They're going to call Harris for the hold.
My apologies to Jamonte Miller. That was a great tackle. No horse collar or face mask. Outstanding play by that young man.
4 penalties on Southern Lab now for 25 yards. This ball is backed up to the 38-yard line. Three wide receivers top of your screen. Number 14, Denham Hunt at the bottom. Brown just got a piece of that one, puts it in the hands of Harris. Harris almost back to the original line of scrimmage before he's drugged down. Tackle made by Blunt.
Again, that's a good job by Jaquavius Blunt there, holding his ground, getting off a play, and making a tackle. Look, when you only have a 3-man front, your defensive lineman has to be gap sound, has to be extremely physical, and great with the hands.
That'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll flip sides of the field. Good start for Kentwood here, leading Southern Lab 6-0. This is your Game of the Week on the LHSAA Network.
I handle trauma on the move. I make the difference.
Do you have what it takes? We spin up and move out. Every second counts. Who's in?
I was here for Harvey, Laura, Delta, and Ida, and I'll be here for the next disaster. Are you coming?
Tradition, determination, teamwork. The LHSAA Network is your home for all that and more.
I think that when it comes to the coverage, I think that I feel each game, if possible, should be covered. It's a lot of times you hear about the bigger schools, the Carrs, the Warren Eastons and stuff, but like I said, the John F. Kennedys, the Sophie Wrights, we also are having success as well, and I think that that recognition, it helps with parents wanting to send their kids to that school, and it also helps with kids wanting to be there.
The LHSAA Network, your home for high school sports in Louisiana.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
The start of the second quarter with Kentwood ahead 6-0 over Southern Lab. Both teams 2-0, undefeated in District 9 play. Southern Lab on third down with the ball, and they are backed up. They need 12 yards to move the sticks. For Southern Lab, 4 penalties in the first quarter, 2 for Kentwood. First downs, 1 for the Kittens, 3 for the Roos. Here's Brown looking deep, thinks better, backs up, flag flies. He dives forward, and if it's on Kentwood, he'll have a first down, but I think this one's coming back, Derry.
It is. I am so impressed with Kentwood's defense. They have the 3-man front, but they're playing man across the board and keeping a robber underneath to get rid of eliminate any inside or crossing routes, and also have a spy on the quarterback if he does, break and change. So I'm extremely impressed from this Kentwood defense and that game plan coming into tonight.
If it's a hold, Southern Lab's looking at third and about 22. The officials confirming.
Look like it's a personal foul on Kentwood. Need to see the replay to see exactly what happened. Don't know if it was a late hit or anything like that. I didn't see anything. Hopefully we can see the replay and see exactly what happened. If so, that's deflating for Kentwood's defense, who has been playing well this whole game.
So a personal foul called against Kentwood.
Let's see what happens.
Scrambling is Brown. It'll be a first down for the Kittens.
I saw Coach Frost again on number 52, James McKnight, when he's coming off the field for Kentwood. So I don't know if he did something after the play. If so, that's extremely detrimental.
Harris in the backfield, Brown in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers, bottom of your screen. It's a keeper. Here's Brown. Brown's got a first down and more. Shoved from behind. He's still on his feet. Inside the 5. He's in the red zone. Your general contractor, Ronald Johnson Investments, red zone. 25 yards on the scamper by Marlon Brown.
That's a great job by Marlon Brown running the option. Obviously, anytime you see Marlon Brown right here running the option, gets a field, fakes the pitch, extremely physical run. For Kentwood, you have to wrap up. If you do that, you just want to run into the defender, wrap up, make sure you get a nice tackle. But great job by Southern Lab on that play. Obviously, when you get penalties on defense, that's offense's biggest momentum.
Number 11, Trevante Miller of Kentwood bumped him forward about 4 or 5 yards, and he stayed on his feet. Our officiating crew from Hammond has been busy to start our ball game tonight. Half the distance to the goal line on the unsportsmanlike conduct. That is a Healthcare Records resource. First down. Entrust all your medical records with Healthcare Records resource. Jerome Harris, number 5 in the backfield. Not a lot of room to throw here, just shy of the goal line. And I believe Coach Foster wants a timeout. He got a free peek at what they were going to do on offense, and then he called the timeout.
He did. And I also think that timeout is more so to get his defense calmed down, get them relaxed. There's 2 personal fouls that they had the last 2 plays. He want to make sure these guys calm down, and they play technique and sound football.
You know, We've got a great game coming up for you next week. Week 10, a chance to decide a district title. This will be at Zachary against the Catholic High Bears Thursday, November 2nd, 7 p.m. Again, streaming live on YouTube at Memorial Stadium, our LHSAA Network Game of the Week.
Obviously, Zachary and Catholic High, obviously a great matchup. Another great game. Zachary has outstanding talent. Catholic has outstanding talent. And when these two teams come together, it's two Goliaths fighting together. So I expect a physical matchup. I wish I could strap up one more time, guys.
Okay. Coach Brewerton and the Zachary Broncos 8-0 on the year. They missed one game to start the season after a scheduling snafu with John Curtis out of New Orleans, so they're one game shy of everyone else, but they are near the top of the power ratings, undefeated. Derry, we talked with Coach Foster of Kentwood how this city, with a population of just over 2,000 people, continues to produce championship teams decade after decade. He said it's the community and how people get involved in this program.
Absolutely. When you play in a small community like this, it's the best feeling ever. Look, the town shuts down when these guys play on Thursday or Friday night, so I'm pretty sure all of Kentwood is in the stadium tonight.
The ball for Southern Lab on the 3-yard line. Five on the play clock. Whistles blow again.
Looks like may have a false start on Southern Lab. Nope. Outside defense.
That makes it even easier for Southern Lab.
I think Kentwood has been more disappointed in themselves in this drive. Obviously, you know, Southern Lab did a great job of getting down the field, but I felt like Kentwood has put Southern Lab in this position with the amount of the penalties that they had on this drive.
Looks to be first and goal from the 1-yard line. Ethan Jupiter over center. You've got Anthony Weatherspoon and Keenan Butler at wide receiver to your right. Here's a keeper by Brown. Brown's in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Lab.
Southern Lab did a great job on that drive. Obviously, Kentwood got a lot of penalties. They took advantage of it and got to the end zone. Great run by Marlon Brown.
Brown with his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. And we've got a tie ball game.
Option route, gets up the field, doesn't pitch the ball, keeps it, tucks it low, pad level wins. Anytime you get on the 1-yard line, the pad level wins, and he won on that play.
Jaquavis Blunt almost got the stop and pulled him back at the goal line, but Brown bullies his way in. Extra point for Southern Lab attempted by Grigsby. That one's up, waiting on the call. It's no good. We remain tied at 6 apiece.
And obviously, I'm going to keep harping on this. Special teams is key in this game. Obviously, you had the punt on the 1-yard line, the long kickoff return by Southern Lab, and also 2 extra missed points. That cannot happen in a game like this.
Now, today's game brought to you by General Contractor Ronald Johnson Investments. Whether you planned it or you're needing plans, call Ronald Johnson Investments Commercial General Contractor today. Nice answer by Southern Lab. We said they needed to do it here under the tank, and they have done it. They've tied Kentwood. That drive, 5 plays, 2:56 off the clock, and the 1-yard run by Marlon Brown.
Look, this is not an easy place to play. So for me, Southern Lab, the resiliency, the work ethic, the commitment to stick to the run speaks volume of the offense. And you, in a game like this, you got to do everything that you can to come out victorious tonight.
Derry, Kentwood didn't do themselves any favors on defense. 3 penalties for 19 yards on that drive.
They have to get that cleaned up.
This one bounces in front of Kentwood, and all they can do is smother it. Jermaine Brown had that one kind of die right in front of him on a low kick, and their offense will come back out on the field.
I expect Southern Lab's defense to kind of tighten up on this drive. Let's see if they kind of bring some pressure. Obviously, get the D lineman involved by running stunts to get some pressure, because Kentwood has had success running the football tonight.
We talked about how the expectations are always sky high at Kentwood. They're playing with
you know, he's a junior quarterback, but a backup in Eric Earl as Jamarcus Wilson, who had been their starter for the majority of the year. 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, almost 700 yards passing, is out with a shoulder injury. He's not playing quarterback, mind you. He's in the game, but he's lined up as a wide receiver, or he's lined up as a defensive back, somebody who's giving his all for Kentwood. Here's Earl looking down the field, wide open, and off to the races is Kavante Carter. Carter at the 20, the 10, touchdown Kentwood. The longest play of the year for Eric Earl, an 82-yard touchdown.
Well, I knew it wouldn't be long until we called that young man's name, Kavante Carter. He's explosive, he's exciting, outstanding play by that young man.
Carter's got him on their feet here in Kentwood.
And on that play, obviously Southern Lab brought pressure off the outside, blown coverage. Quarterback does a great job of seeing Kavante Carter down the field, looks it in. Obviously you're not going to catch him. Nobody's going to catch him. Usain Bolt's not going to catch him. Outstanding play by Kavante Carter.
Carter was so wide open, it looked like he was quarantining. Nobody was around him. After having their first extra point attempt blocked, they will try and kick here. Wilson has this one blocked as well, a low kick. Southern Lab keeps the score 12-6.
Outstanding play by Kentwood. A quick answer, and so now it's up to Southern Lab offense to see if they can do something as well and move the ball down the field.
Credit 34, Trevoris Norman, the 5'8", 200-pound junior with the block. Wow, it shouldn't be that easy, and Carter just left them stunned on the opposing sideline.
It did, and obviously defensively, the thing about defense, when you play an offense like Kentwood who has great playmakers, you want to play sound football and make sure that you do your job. The minute you try to do someone else's job, that's the result.
Great start in the ball game for Kentwood's Eric Earl. 7 of his first 8 passes completed for 150 yards and a touchdown. The last one to Kavante Carter. Carter was averaging 9 yards per catch. That number might go up a little bit. His long catch on the season was 55. He just bumped that one up to 82.
But I expect Kentwood to continue to feed him the ball all night. Obviously, we have not seen him lined up at running back tonight. I'm pretty sure they have that in their toolbox to get Kavante Carter involved in the running back position tonight as well.
So Kentwood, after punting on their first possession, scores touchdowns on their next 2 in a row. P.J. Wilson puts his boot into that one. Back deep for Southern Lab. That one's fielded at the 15-yard line. Off to the races is Marquez Williams. Williams brought down after crossing the 30.
And right now for Southern Lab offensively, I'm going to go back to what worked, and that was getting Marlon Brown on the edge, running the option, give him the ability to either pitch it or run upfield. He does a great job of controlling the ball, controlling his pass level. So let's see if they can go back to the option play on offense.
We'll see what Coach Darrell Asbury has cooked up for Southern Lab. He brought them back to prominence, winning the 2021 state championship. Coach now in his 7th season on the Bluff. He's got a lot of experience, too, at the collegiate level. He was a head coach at Texas Southern and Shaw University, and combined has over 30 years of coaching experience. He's a great asset to these young student athletes. Ball's on the 30-yard line. First down, it'll be a run. And a great run by Amarian Asbury. Picks up 5 yards on the carry.
Great job on that play. Looks like it was a power play out of the pistol. Basically, the pistol is just another form of an I formation, but the quarterback is in the shotgun. Great job of pulling the guard and center around. Running back did a great job of using his pad level, getting behind those blocks and getting upfield.
2 men in the backfield, 3 wide set. Asbury averages better than 9 yards per carry. Little movement around Marlon Brown. Brown hands off again to Asbury. He's got a first down, still on his feet, across midfield. 2 defenders hanging off of him, and he's finally brought down at the 35-yard line. That's a healthcare record Records Resource, first down, and trust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. 27 yards on the pickup, first down deep in Kentwood territory.
Looks like Southern Lab has found something in its 20 personnel, meaning 2 running backs, no tight ends. Having that extra running back is getting a blocker and to get this Kentwood defense off balance.
That's number 42 for Southern Lab, Joshua Davis, 200-pound senior. They run off the left end, pressure in the backfield, and Asbury is smothered. Big tackle there by LaMichael Callahan, not letting Asbury get by him.
Great job that time, get off a block by LaMichael Callahan, and also Tylen Brumfield getting the backfield and getting penetration to kind of stop this running attack from Southern Lab.
Second down for Southern Lab. Ball on the 33-yard line of Kentwood. They've yet to attempt a pass on this drive. Here's Brown with a little slant pass over the middle. It's caught.
Again, Southern Lab, their running game, you have to respect the passing game. So they did a great job. Keenan Butler right there looking the ball in. Great route and great throw by Marlon Brown.
Southern Lab doing it by air and by land. 15 yards on that pickup after the 27-yard run by Asbury.
And also for Kentwood, they know Southern Lab has an extra back in the backfield, so instead of a 3-man front, they have 9 going to a 4-man front to get some extra bodies in the box.
Butler and Williams at wideout at the bottom of your screen. Keenan Butler at the top. Handoff in the backfield. Here's Harris. Harris turns the left corner and he's smashed out of bounds. He's in your general contractor, Ronald Johnson Investments red zone.
That's a great job by Jerome Harris. Pressing the gap, didn't see anything, bounced it outside. That's a great job by Jerome Harris to getting what the defense gives him.
Joshua Davis heads to the sideline. Back in, Amari and Asbury. And Jerome Harris, their 2 leading tailbacks. Southern Lab trying to tie it up here with 7:35 remaining in the second. Rushing off the end, touchdown Southern Lab. Touchdown Jerome Harris.
Great job by Jerome Harris. Again, you can get down to the 1-yard line. I'm going to keep alluding to it. The pad level wins. He got low, got in the end zone. Outstanding answer from Southern Lab and a great physical drive. Right here, Jerome Harris gets in his pads, gets his pads low, gets in the end zone, fights for the touchdown.
Our ball game tied at 12 apiece for Harris, his second score of the night. Flags fly again before Grisby can attempt the extra point. Southern Lab has never led at any point this evening. Chance to take the lead here.
And it's a luxury for Southern Lab to have Harris and Osbury in the backfield. When you have 2 great running backs, that puts your offense in a position to do a lot of things.
Derry, when you look at our feed, it's kind of a small goalpost that they have here at Kentwood. I think the sticks on the sides might be about 10 feet.
It is. It's confusing.
Let's get Grisby. Puts one up. And heads into the trees out of the stadium, and it is good. Southern Lab takes a second quarter lead here at Kentwood.
Again, great drive by Southern Lab. It was physical, balance. They got the run game going. Obviously, Kentwood kind of get more pressure from up front, get some more out of the defensive line. But look, I want to let people at home to know how difficult it is to play both ways. A lot of these guys are playing both ways, so kudos to both ball clubs. But again, great answer for Southern Lab. Let's see what Kentwood do. I expect them to get the ball back into Cavante Carter's hands.
Last year, Kentwood went into Baton Rouge and carved out a 33-26 win at Southern Lab. Now the Kittens leading here on the road at Kentwood. That last drive, 6 plays, 68 yards, just under 4 minutes taken off the clock here in the second quarter.
Absolute, this ground and pound. 3 yards in a cloud of dust is an old saying when you run the football well. So that's what they did. And obviously, to take a 1-point lead, again, special teams is key. A few extra missed points, so it could come down to a one-score, one-possession game.
This is a storied rivalry between Kentwood and Southern Lab, but the teams did not play between 19 and 21. In 18, the Kittens won big, 28-9, against a Kentwood team that won state. Southern Lab kicking off from the 40. Kentwood trying to make some noise here, fielded at the 10-yard line. It's Carter. Can't shed those blockers, and he's brought down over the 30-yard line.
It's like a little extracurricular activity after that play.
Carter with 17 yards on the kickoff return. He had an 82-yard sprint to the end zone on that last touchdown catch. You know he's not tired. This is a guy that wants to do it again and again.
Absolutely. He's used to breaking long runs. He's been doing it the whole year, his whole career. So he's a guy who wants the ball in his hands, and that's what you want from your best player on offense. You want him to want the ball, and that's something that Cavante Carter possesses.
Eric Earl, 7 of 8 for 150 yards and 1 touchdown pass so far. Throws to the near sideline. That's caught. Jamarcus Wilson finishes just a little shy of the first down before he's pushed out of bounds. Wilson, 6'2", 190, picks up 7 yards. Wilson, with that injured shoulder, is playing wide receiver and defensive back.
Nice pitch and catch. Kentwood's offense is doing exactly what Southern Lab is giving them. They're not trying to make it too complicated. Get the ball on the edge and see what happens.
Here's a 5-wide set. They'll hand off to Shun Burton. Flags fly, and they're short of a first down. This will be a false start on Kentwood and back them up 5 yards.
You begin with a positive play, come right back with a negative play. Obviously, they're going to want to clean it up at halftime, but you cannot allow that to happen.
Eric Earl has already completed 8 passes to 6 different receivers. How's that for spreading the offense around?
Absolutely, they're getting everybody involved. It's not a one-man show, so outstanding by Earl to get a lot of guys involved. This gets Southern Lab's defense on the hill too when you spread the ball around like that.
Shun Burton in the backfield, 5-wide set. Here's a free play for Kentwood. They'll throw it deep. This one's intended for Cavante. And I think 2 flags are going to fly on Southern Lab. One at the line and one in coverage on
Carter. Great job by Eric Earl on that. Obviously seeing that Southern Lab dropped off sides, get a free play and see what happens. They got an illegal encroachment on the defense, also a pass interference, so great job.
I don't think you can choose which one. I'd take the pass interference.
Absolutely.
Terry, let's take a look at the replay.
Absolutely. Southern Lab jumps off sides, free play, goes the ball down the field to his playmaker. Did get his head around enough. I guess he pushed to the sideline. The only thing, though, I'm not sure. Southern Lab defender did get his head around. Usually they call that play when your head is not turned around. I'm not sure. That was a little touchy-feely on that play, but nevertheless, pass interference with Southern Lab.
Timeout's going to be called. The ball placed on the 49-yard line for Kentwood. Don't forget our game of the week coming up on November 2nd, next Thursday. It'll be the Broncos of Zachary hosting the Bears of Catholic. Coach Brewerton's team trying to nail down another undefeated season. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. streaming live on YouTube.
Definitely looking forward to that matchup as well. Great players on both sides of the football. You're going to see sound, disciplined, physical football. And I expect a great crowd because Zachary and Catholic both travel really well.
You know, going back to the state titles that they've won in 14, 15, back to that era, there are not a lot of teams with better overall records than Zachary, and what they're doing at the highest classification has been impressive.
Yes, Coach Brewerton is doing an outstanding job. He did an outstanding job even at Livonia before he went to Zachary. So he runs great programs. The guys do well not only on the field but also in the classroom.
Pass interference penalty on Southern Lab allows Kentwood to get it just shy of midfield. You know they want to answer that last touchdown by the Kittens.
Oh, absolutely. And look, Kentwood's offense is taking what Southern Lab defense is giving them. So I don't expect them to get out of character and do something out of the norm. Look them to get the ball on the edge, run the football, keep Southern Lab's defense honest. And I expect them to try to continue to move this football and see if they can get a score and take another lead.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Kentwood. It ain't Friday.
5 penalties apiece for these two teams. 40 yards of penalties for Southern Lab, 42 for Kentwood. The Roos out on offense with a 4-wide set. Handoff, near side, making the cut is Cavante Carter. He gets a block and he's down the sideline. Carter won't be caught. His second touchdown of the game, 52 yards, and Kentwood is back on top.
Well, we talked about it. We haven't seen Cavante Carter at running back tonight. We've seen him at receiver. They finally put him at running back, and you see what happens. Great run by Cavante Carter.
When Carter's in the backfield, you've got to keep an eye on him. He got a great block on the near side and was off to the races.
And he doesn't take much time. There's not a lot of dancing in the backfield. Once he puts that foot in the ground and gets upfield, it's night-night.
Penalty, a sideline warning on Kentwood, the celebration of the touchdown.
Your first and final.
18-13 your score now. Kentwood on top. For Carter, that's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
The guy is special. He's explosive. He's a football player, and I think anyone on the next level is going to be happy to get Cavante Carter.
P.J. Wilson kicks it right down the middle. 19-13 Kentwood.
Right here, gets the ball on the edge. One cut up the field. Great block by Kentwood, the left offensive tackle, to give him some room. Gets free. Jalen Smith did a great job, offensive tackle there. Gets upfield. When he gets to that second level, it's night-night. Goodbye.
Had a lot of Southern Lab players checking out the back of his jersey, and they're on their feet here in Kentwood. It's great to get a player back like Carter. He was all district his first 3 seasons, all state last year. When you return somebody like that, he can be a touchdown waiting to happen every play.
Absolutely. You want to get the ball into his hands, and especially when you need a spark, you need to get the ball to Cavante Carter.
How's this for efficiency for Kentwood? Their last 2 possessions, they have 2 touchdowns, only 3 plays. They went 150 yards in a minute.
Well, wow. That's how you answer fast, and that's what they're doing. I think Southern Lab defense kind of come up with something to kind of slow down this offensive attack from Kentwood.
Maybe Southern Lab can make some noise on special teams. Keenan Butler back deep. He'll field it at the 20-yard line. Goes far sideline, still on his feet, and finally met by a blocking crew from Kentwood.
Again, let's not take special teams lightly. He gets Southern Lab's offense in a great field position on the plus side of the field.
Marlon Brown staring to the sideline. 2 touchdowns by their tailback, Jerome Harris, already in the game.
Look for the option play right here from Marlon Brown. Yep.
Big stick at the 40-yard line, knocks him out of bounds. Another long run by Jerome Harris.
Again, they're doing a triple option out of that 20 personnel and a pistol. Great job right there by Marlon Brown of faking the handoff, pitching out to his running back, and getting yardage.
18 yards on the pickup for Harris, the sophomore running back, who's 5'8", 175. Lines are set. Here's a handoff right side. Pushing forward and met by a wall of tacklers. Another big matchup in Louisiana tonight. Logansport and St. Mary's. That game is 8-3 at the half. Some good Thursday night action across the Pelican State.
That was a great tough run right there by Joshua Davis to get up the field and get Southern Lab in a short situation, taking a short situation.
Davis, a good runner, now has 10 carries for 145 yards on the year, plus 2 touchdowns. He remains in the backfield to the left of Brown. Brown keeps it, cuts up the field for a first down. Brown still on his feet and is finally tackled just shy of the 20. That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down, and trust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource.
Garrett, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And so they are doing an outstanding job of running this option. I think a lot of times offensive coordinators get too complicated, and Southern Lab OC is not doing that tonight. He's found something that works, and he's doing a great job of executing it.
12 yards on the pickup on the keeper by Brown. He had the option to pitch it to the left side, kept it. Either way, I think he would have been successful.
Absolutely.
Brown hollering at the line. This one's through his fingertips. Brown loses the handle on the ball. There was pressure by Christopher Gordon, who came away with it. I think Brown got down on it, but he took a lick securing that ball. A loss of 19 on the play.
Obviously, in a situation like that, looked like it just went through Marlon Brown's hand. You got to be able to secure the ball, and this can be a drive killer.
Kentwood with the pursuit, trying to come away with that loose ball. We're going to step aside and come back. More second quarter action with Kentwood on top, 19-13.
For over 70 years, the Butcher AC family has helped cool South Louisiana homes and businesses with a high-quality, dependable, and professional air conditioning sales and service. A clear line of communication with a true voice, gathering your information and dispatching it to our professional team.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get up to a $1,200 rebate or 0% financing for up to 60 months.
It's hard to stop a train.
Classic Golden Pecans has all the gourmet pecan products that you've come to love ready for your order at ClassicGoldenPecans.com. Whether for yourself or shipping to family and friends, ordering and shipping are quick and easy. And if you have questions, just call us. Praline pecans, butter roasted pecans, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, Cajun spice pecans, and more. Can't decide? Choose one of our samplers and get our most popular flavors all in one package. Make your corporate gifts distinctive by adding your company logo. Visit us online today at ClassicGoldenPecans.com.
Southern Lab driving the ball, but their quarterback, Marlon Brown, took a hit and is still on the turf here.
The most important thing, we just hope that young man is okay. Obviously, his health is first. He's a senior, so obviously playing the game of football, injuries is a part of it. We want to make sure this young man is okay, especially with it being his senior year.
Credit him going all out, trying to get that loose ball on the snap. Left himself open for a hit. He'll head to the sideline. His team trailing 19-13 with 5 minutes left in the first half.
Now, obviously, with the backup quarterback, Garrett, that kind of changed the game plan. You had some great success running the option with Marlon Brown. Let's see how this OC kind of adapts in the middle of the series without his quarterback.
Number 4, Jerry Botley IV, a sophomore quarterback who's completed 9 passes on the year for 130 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Botley's tall, 6'2", about 175 pounds. Second down, ball's on the 40-yard line of Kentwood. Whistles. And I think a timeout was called.
Yeah.
Both teams will go to the sidelines. Maybe Coach Asbury of Southern Lab didn't like the way his offense was lined up. They know that every possession is so important.
Absolutely. He probably saw something he didn't like. But obviously right now, seeing Jerry Botley in there, looks like they're going to continue to run the football with this quarterback and see if they can make things happen offensively, continue to run the ball without Marlon Brown in.
We told you at the half, Logansport leading St. Mary's 8-3. Other score update, Vermilion Catholic 20, Central Catholic 10. Kentwood is 7-1 on the year, 2-0 in district play. A win tonight secures at least a piece of the District 9 championship. Coming up at halftime, we've got a great show for you. We hope you'll stay with us. We'll take a look at our high school spotlight, which shines on all the great high school teams across the state. We'll give you highlights from Week 8 action. We'll also hear from Executive Director of the LHSAA, Eddie Bonine, who talks about the latest vote back in October, the select special meeting that happened in Baton Rouge. And we'll also have stats and highlights and more for our halftime. Jerry Botley back in at quarterback. The sophomore stands in, 2 in the backfield, 3 wide set. Second down, and it's a keeper for Botley. Botley evades one line of tackles. He's through the defense and towards the pylon.
Great tough run by Jerry Botley. Also, he's a good-looking kid. So like I said, 6'2". Good job right here, getting on the edge. He follows his guard and his tackle, gets upfield, breaks a tackle. Nice physical run at the end. Great job by Jerry Botley.
Pretty good seal by his lineman, 75, Dalton Toussaint, that sprung him on the left side. Botley does have 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down, and trust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. Again, a pretty heady run there. Botley looking towards the sidelines. So a couple of nice plays for him. Good to see Marlon Brown back in.
Absolutely, Marlon Brown's back in, but great job by Jerry Botley keeping his drive alive. Great job of him stepping in.
Brown, who was knocked to the sidelines momentarily, back out to direct the offense. In the backfield with him is the junior back, Amarian Asbury. Trip wide receivers, top of your screen, and the whistle blows again. I believe Coach Foster of Kentwood called a timeout.
I think he doesn't see what he likes. Obviously, on this side, you have Keenan Butler with a one-on-one matchup with a single high safety. So if Southern Lab comes back into that formation, look for them to get Keenan Butler, number 6, involved, especially with the one-on-one matchup and a single high safety.
We talked about how both these teams have a lot of hardware in their trophy cases. Kentwood and Southern Lab have combined to win 14 state titles over the years. They even played for a state championship back in the 1990s. Love to have such a fierce rivalry on display here for our very first LHSAA Network Game of the Week.
And this game so far has not disappointed. We've seen exciting plays. We've seen the fans involved. They're interactive. The band is playing. So it's a great atmosphere for Thursday night high school football.
Last championship for Kentwood came in 2018. They played for 3 titles in 4 years from 2015 to 2018. Had some pretty incredible players on those clubs as well. All-state performers like Trey Palmer. Prior to that, Shaeen Carter. I mean, these are big names that went on to make their names known in the Southeastern Conference and now in the NFL.
Obviously, this is where the Kentwood water is from, so it's something in the water that's producing these incredible athletes.
They are under the tank here. This drive currently for Southern Lab, 6 plays, 37 yards, 2:55 off the clock, and now their starter, Marlon Brown, back in. Brown with Asbury in the backfield. 5-step drop, throws it into the corner of the end zone. Had a good look at a wide receiver, but he loses his feet and can't bring it down.
Great job by Kentwood defense right there again. Man-to-man coverage, single high safety. Great job getting turnovers down and getting the ball back into his offensive hands.
Turnover on downs, they went for it. Like the way that play was drawn up for Southern Lab, but they can't convert.
And the confidence that Kentwood's defensive coordinator has in his corners. When you just have a single high safety and you're playing man across the board, that shows you the athletic ability that these cornerbacks have on this Kentwood defense.
Kentwood will take over with 3:43 left in the half, 1 timeout. They'll have the ball on the 21-yard line. Derry, they have the lead. How important is it to you, though, that they add to it?
Absolutely. Obviously, with just a little over 3 minutes left in the second quarter, you want to see if they can milk the clock. I think you see them run the football. They probably do not want to get Southern Lab the ball back right now, so see if they can run the football, milk the clock, and get some nice plays.
That ball tipped at the line. So Southern Lab aggressive coming after Eric Earl.
Even the quick little bubble screens, it's just like a run play as well, so I expect them to try to run the football and see maybe if they can keep the Southern Lab defense honest and try to get a big play over the top to Kevontae Carter.
I think that was the big man on the line, Randall Johnson, with the tip.
4 minutes.
Second and 10 from the 21-yard line. 3 wide receivers, top of your screen. Earl with the handoff. Sean Burton will be driven down. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage.
That's a good job by Creston Hawkins right there, filling that hole. The big D lineman using his hands and stuffing that run game from Kentwood.
Hawkins is huge, 6'3", 300, still a sophomore. Kentwood in the game, 2 of 3 on third down conversions. They'll try and convert here. They need 10 yards to move the chains. Carter at the bottom of your screen. Check that, that's Brown. They'll throw over the middle, good elevation, and Cooper reels it in. That's a first down. Clock clicks under 3 minutes.
That's a great job by Eric Earl right there, finding Shamar Cooper right over the middle. He's patient, reads his progression, 1-2, drops back, delivers a nice ball, and great catch by Shamar Cooper for the first down.
That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down, and trust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. Brown at the bottom of your screen, handoff to Burton right side. He'll be tackled hard at the 35. Little extracurricular there by Southern Lab. That was Randall Johnson, who puts a kangaroo on his back. No flags.
Obviously, you see Kentwood kind of milk the clock, but I expect them to try to get the ball over the top now and get this passing game involved. They're running the clock down enough. Let's see if they get this passing game going and see if they can punch it in right before the half.
Here's Burton. Runs into the line. Take a look here, 73. Gives a little push at the end. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Eric Earl looks to the sideline. Whistles blown. Would have been second down. Flags continue to pile up on Kentwood, a delay of game.
Like I said, that's something that you don't want to have. Obviously, I think both teams and both coaches at halftime is going to want to get that corrected with the amount of penalties that they have.
Looks like LaMichael Callahan in on offense. The junior lineman, maybe as a blocker. Big body, 6 foot 220. We'll see if they try and run behind him. With the penalty, the clock stops at 1:57. Earl unloads down the field to Cooper, and it's just past him. Coverage by Denham Hunt from Southern Lab. Both of those guys were running a full-out sprint.
Kentwood got the matchup that they wanted. Obviously, you got him one-on-one. You got Shamar Cooper on a one-on-one matchup. Obviously, it's a little overthrown ball, but that's the matchup that Kentwood wants. See right here, drops back, has the one-on-one matchup. Just a little overthrow, just missed him out the reach of Cooper. Had a step on him.
Kevontae Carter and Shamar Cooper in that trio at the top of your screen. Keenan, make it Jermaine Brown at the bottom. Here's a sack in the backfield for Southern Lab. No bigger play for their defense than that one. Huge stop by Evan Mickles, the senior.
That's a great job by Evan Mickles again, penetration. We've been talking about this D lineman and see if they're going to get some pressure. Obviously, Evan Mickles does that right now, getting it sacked and putting Kentwood in a position to punt the football.
A passing play. Earl just couldn't get rid of it.
And look, as a linebacker, that's your dream, to get a one-on-one matchup with the running back, and that's what Evan Mickles did on that play. They used him in the blitz. He ran tight to the guard to get a great angle and got a sack. Outstanding play by number 50, Evan Mickles.
Timeout was called by Southern Lab. 1:42 is on the game clock here. Apologies, Kentwood.
I'll be interested to see too, even the second half of Southern Lab. Obviously, they've had some success when they have blitz. Just want to see if they're going to blitz a little bit more in the second half, just trying to get this Kentwood offense off target.
Ball still at the 21-yard line for Kentwood. They lead by 6 with under 1:45 to play here in the first half. And we're ready to get back underway. Just a 2-wide set. This first punt went 52 yards. This one might not go 15. We'll see where the referees spot it, but it is very short and great field position for Southern Lab with a chance to take the lead going into the half.
Obviously, you don't want to muff a punt like that. Put Southern Lab's offense in a great position to get a score right before the half.
Just 7 yards on that punt.
Under 2 minutes.
Coach Asbury out on the field, making sure that Marlon Brown has the play call.
Look, you probably want to keep the ball in Marlon Brown's hands right now. Give him the option to either run it or pitch it. So I expect them to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can make something happen.
No timeouts left for either team. 1:30 on the clock. Here's a handoff to Asbury, and he's driven backwards. Second down coming up. Looks like they'll place that at the line of scrimmage.
Right here, Asbury trying to get up, but great penetration by this Kangaroo defense, getting in the backfield and getting a no gain for Asbury.
Will they go for the end zone here on second down? Brown takes a look to the air. He'll run left side, makes a cut, and gets smothered in the backfield. A tackle for loss by Kentwood, and that runs the clock under a minute. Jaquavis Blunt with the tackle.
That's a great job by Jaquavis Blunt right there. Open field and tackling Marlon Brown. That's a difficult play to make, especially in space.
Southern Lab can't stop the clock with a timeout. Blunt.
Actually, excuse me, that's Cavante Miller. Great play open field, Cavante Miller.
Southern Lab will run again. They get back to the line of scrimmage, but the flag comes in, and that will stop the clock. They would have potentially had time for maybe one more play unless they spike the ball.
So got an
we'll see who this is
defender.
on. Player for Southern Lab is down on the field. Let's take a look at the penalty, Derry.
Okay. I think that was looks like right at the bottom of the screen, you see why he has his face mask. He's grabbing it pretty hard. You can't do that as an offensive lineman. Obviously, you want to keep your hands below their neck. 55, and they got him right there. Looks like that was David Howard.
Still a Southern Lab player being attended to on the field. It could be Jude Foster, number 58 on the line. Foster at 6'4", 295 is not a player they want to come out of the ball game.
Absolutely, especially when you got guys playing both ways. Hopefully, maybe be some cramps. Look, it's still humid, even in October. That's the crazy Louisiana weather for you, ebbs and flows. So hopefully it's cramps, and they can get him back in the football game.
Foster with a knee brace on his right knee. He's got him on both, actually. They're going to get the big man to his feet. He'll get a good hand from his sideline as he comes off the field.
It's always a good sign when you can walk off the field in your own power as well.
It'll be 3rd and 23.
The ball has been moved back to the 44-yard line. Southern Lab looking at a 3rd and 23, and Jude Foster gingerly coming off the field.
In this situation, if I'm Southern Lab, I'm taking a shot to the end zone because even if you get an interception, it's just as good as a punt.
Number 54, Matthew Robinson, a senior offensive lineman, comes in for Foster. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Brown on third down, trying to get back in the end zone. Here comes the blitz. Throws it long down the field, into double coverage, and a flag flies at the last minute. That ball intended for Denham Hunt, but I don't know if it was catchable.
But what happens in a situation like this, when you take a shot at the end zone, like I said, even if you get interceptions, just like a punt, but also you get an opportunity to get a pass interference, and let's see what the call is and see if they get Southern Lab in a great position.
9 seconds on the game clock.
Looks like right here, gets his head around. Let's see if he gets a little contact with his left arm. Look at they're both battling. I don't know, Garrett. I feel like this is a no call, and the ball, like you said, it was not catchable at all.
That was the junior Jermaine Brown. Much to the displeasure of the Kentwood fans here, Brown might have one more play at the end zone.
That's two pass interference calls signed on Kentwood that I thought wasn't a pass interference because the DBs did get their head around.
If you're Kentwood, do you trust the secondary and send a blitz? That would be the end of the half if you could get into the backfield. Here's Brown, 3 wide receivers on the run. Brown, smoked from behind! That'll end the first half. Guess who? LaMichael Callahan with the sack. And Kentwood stays ahead, 19-13.
Great job by LaMichael Callahan to get the sack to end the half with some momentum.
Southern Lab will have the ball at the start of the second half. Great first half to get things going here. Stay with us. We've got a great halftime on deck here on the LHSAA Network's Game of the Week.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rental, sales, parts, and service.
Kentwood 19, Southern Lab 13 through the first 24 minutes of our ball game, the LHSAA Game of the Week. Garrett Walbert, Derry Beckwith here for today's game. We're going to take a look now at high school football highlights from across the state. We like to call it the Spotlight. Let's give it a roll.
This is your high school spotlight presented by the LHSAA Network. With the playoffs looming and district titles on the line, the hits get harder and the celebrations get bigger. 12 schools remain undefeated after 8 weeks, including the Gina Giants, who traveled to Avoyles Parish to face the Bunkie Panthers. In a matchup of 7-0 teams, the Panthers scored first on a red zone run by Dylan Compton, igniting the sellout crowd. Gina answered with 2 touchdowns from wide receiver Zycaric Hunter, the first on a pass from quarterback Zach Barker that Hunter took 26 yards to the house. The 6'1" senior later turned the corner from the right side and raced into the end zone for his second score of the game. Bunkie used their own ground game to keep it close as hard-charging quarterback Dylan Compton calls his own number, sprinting 30 yards for a late touchdown. Gina would seal the victory with senior tailback Zarek Jones, who fought off a tackler to find the end zone. The Giants win 38-22 and improve to 8-0.
It was a good win, you know. Coming into the game, we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew it was going to be a battle, four-quarter game. And, you know, just the plays and all the hard work that we be doing. And there's a good atmosphere, and that we knew that we was going to come out with the dub.
4A Power, Neville hosted 6-1 Tioga in district play on Friday night. Senior Jay Sean White started the game with a bang, running 65 yards untouched for the game's first touchdown. Later we see junior wideout Caleb Vaughn doing his best Odell Beckham, snagging a one-handed touchdown pass to build the lead over the Indians. Neville wins 44-13, and Coach Jeff Tannehill was pleased with the Tigers' fast start.
Well, I just thought we really came out and played fast and physical in the first half, and I think we set the tone there in the first quarter. Really proud of our offense tonight, of the way we came out, put points up on the board the first 3 drives, and yeah, that's just something we've been preaching with our kids all year, and just looking forward to getting better and better each week.
District 8 leader Salmon traveled to Franklinton, having won 3 in a row. The Demons were up to the challenge, hitting some early passes to move the chains, but their defense had no answer for Spartans halfback Jacoby Jefferson. The senior piled up 306 yards rushing and scored 4 touchdowns in the road win, 34-20.
Jacoby, at halftime, he didn't take his helmet off the whole halftime. He had a phenomenal first half, and he was mad. He was mad, and he came out and he ran mad. Hats off for the offensive line, locking them up, because at some point, they just loaded the box and played man coverage, and we just kept feeding Jacoby.
Catholic High New Iberia hosted Franklin last Thursday in district play. Running back Javon Brown scored a pair of touchdowns in the game. If Brown reminds you of a defensive lineman, it's because he is. The 6'2", 250-pound senior plays both ways and is a weapon in the red zone. The Panthers won big, 49-12, and now face Lauraville in Week 9 for a piece of the district crown.
Last year against these guys, I mean, this team, they're athletic, they're scary. If you keep them in the game, they can attack at any point in time. That's kind of what happened to us last year, so that was kind of our focus going into it, pushing the pedal to the metal for 48 minutes and never giving up.
Saving the best for last, Cecilia and Opelousas matched up for an instant classic that came down to a winning field goal. Tigers running back Deshaun Ford leapt into the end zone for the game's first touchdown, giving Opelousas the early lead. The 220-pound senior wasn't finished, bulldozing his way in for another score, giving the Tigers a 14-0 halftime advantage. But Cecilia's defense recovered 3 fumbles, and Bulldogs quarterback Diesel Solari keyed 3 drives that ended in touchdowns. Tight end Jonathan Boudreau caught 7 passes for 46 yards, and with 1:36 left and the game tied at 22, Boudreau drilled a 25-yard field goal to win it for Cecilia, 25-22. Until next time, this has been your High School Spotlight, presented by the LHSAA Network.
These days, I find myself on the go more than ever. I don't have time to worry about banking. Community First Bank makes banking easy. With mobile banking, I can check my account, cash my check, and pay my bills, all while I'm on the go. The Tap to Pay feature for debit and credit cards also saves me time. And my account has ID protection, giving me peace of mind. If I do have to go to the bank, there is usually a location near me. Community First Bank, that's my bank.
Parkside RV Park is now open adjacent to the new beautiful St. Julian Broussard Sports Complex. The park is a restful stop for travelers, explorers, and sports teams. Reserve time to make memories. Reserve time for a getaway. Reserve time to unwind. Reserve time to kick back. Reserve time to play. Parkside RV Park, Broussard. Reserve your spot today. Book now at parksidervpark.com. A BO Company's inspired family RV park.
I'm Mayor Freddie DeCourt. The City of New Iberia welcomes you to the Pepperplex. We are proud of the improvements like turfing the ball fields, lighting, and drainage improvements, and adding a new concession stand. Youth sporting activities is a priority for the City of New Iberia. Baseball, softball, and soccer are flourishing. Come visit the City of New Iberia Pepperplex.
The LHSAA Network, home to the best student athletes in the nation.
I truly wish we were able to get more into the student athlete as far as maybe some type of the way the games are shown, their backgrounds, not so much their home life, but just an idea of who they are. We need to publicize our kids a whole lot more, give them opportunities. I think Louisiana is one of the talent rich for any sport, you know, and as long as we're pushing academics, they can go anywhere in the world.
Join us this fall for live games, player features, podcasts, and state championship events only on the LHSAA network. A 6-point lead for Kentwood over Southern Lab. 5 touchdowns in the first half, 3 for the Roos, 2 for the Kittens. On October 3rd, the LHSAA called a special meeting to confirm the current definition of select schools. Nearly 400 principals and coaches were on hand to vote, needing just a simple majority to pass the motion. 68% of votes were cast agreeing with the LHSAA's designation of select. Let's hear from Executive Director Eddie Bonine, who was pleased with the result.
The 380 plus member principal representatives showed up today. We usually average between 350 to 370 there at our annual convention. So to have well over 380 show up today, and then of course not only a simple majority but a 2/3 vote to ratify the definition that we have in place was very positive for those who voted for it, and obviously there are some that did not. But everybody has their own reasons, and now we can continue to move forward and work as we plan to do.
The LHSAA was pleased with the competitive nature of postseason play last year, not just in football, but across all sports.
The playoff structure that we put in place to facilitate the definition that we have in place now was very positive last year. I've heard nothing but positive comments about the competitiveness, as well as if you followed it, our postseason last year and all the sports that participated. We had a couple of football games that got out of control in the prep classic, but other than that, football was competitive, basketball was very competitive, and I think in this particular point, it gave some credibility to our postseason brackets, and didn't have any blowouts or needed of use of the mercy rule, whether it be in football or a point spread and or a 50-point mercy rule in basketball, so on and so forth. So I thought it was very positive.
For over 70 years, the Butcher AC family has helped cool South Louisiana homes and businesses with a high-quality, dependable, and professional air conditioning sales and service. A clear line of communication with a true voice, gathering your information and dispatching it to our professional team.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get up to a $1,200 rebate or 0% financing for up to 60 months.
It's hard to stop a train.
Classic Golden Pecans has all the gourmet pecan products that you've come to love ready for your order at classicgoldenpecans.com. Whether for yourself or shipping to family and friends, ordering and shipping are quick and easy. And if you have questions, just call us. Praline pecans, butter roasted pecans, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, Cajun spice pecans, and more. Can't decide? Choose one of our samplers and get our most popular flavors all in one package. Make your corporate gifts distinctive by adding your company logo. Visit us online today at classicgoldenpecans.com.
The LHSAA Network, where every day is game day.
Northeast, we're a special place. It's a country school, rural area. It's just a lot of hard workers that's known for speed. If you think about Trenton Holiday, he's a prime example of the speed that Northeast has had. Everybody wants to be recruited. There's no doubt about that. But I think with the media coverage, with the social media, it's easier now to get their stories out.
The LHSAA Network, where tradition never graduates.
Now 6 games.
A 1A rivalry in District 9 here at Kentwood. The Roos with a 19-13 lead over Southern Lab under the tank. Welcome back up to the press box. Garrett Walford, Derry Beckwith with you. What were your immediate thoughts coming out of that first half? Both teams played hard. There were some guys that had to run to the sideline because they're hitting so tough. We saw some pretty compelling offense as well.
Cavante Carter of Kentwood was amazing. But I think Kentwood did an outstanding job of having that balanced attack, running the football and passing the football. Also, Southern Lab got something going offensively with the option. Look, this is an exciting matchup. Whoever has the least amount of mistakes is going to win this football game.
All right, let's take a look at some highlights here from the first half between Kentwood and Southern Lab. Look at Rue out on the field as they take it. Pretty good start by Eric Earl. Got the pitch and got into the end zone with Burton.
Absolutely. Burton is a hard physical running back, runs behind his pass, and great play right here to Cooper to hit him over the edge, hit him over with the post route.
Earl with some good numbers, 9 of 11 passing for 168 yards and a touchdown. Burton would later score and put his team up 12-0. Burton's one of those guys that, man, you got to get more than one hat on him or he's going to get into the end zone.
Absolutely. Coach Osbury talked about that earlier this week. They got to get 11 hats to the ball to make sure they gain tackle.
Nice play on defense there by Southern Lab, stopping the offense. Both teams with tackles for loss in the first half. And then we see the big run by Cavante Carter.
The guy is special. Like I said, one cut up the field. Once he gets to the second level, it's going to be hard to catch him.
Carter with a pair of touchdowns in the first half. Now Southern Lab gets going on offense.
Obviously, Kentwood did a great job early on defensively out of that 3-man front, getting off a box and making plays in the backfield.
Pretty exciting first half as we are here in Tangipahoa Parish. 19-13 your score. Derry, let's take a look at some stats. What stands out to you?
I think for me it's more so Kentwood with actually they have 126 rushing yards, which if you can run the football, you can keep the defense honest. And for me, Southern Lab obviously got more passing yards, but the time of possession is kind of equal right now. But this game, again, is going to come down to penalties. Who can have the least amount? And if they do, one team will come out on top.
Both teams have combined for 13 penalties over 110 yards. If they can clean that up, we should have a very good second half of football for you. Those are your halftime stats on our LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Both teams out on the field. Nobody in the locker room. They are just ready to take the field here. It's been an impressive showing for both of these clubs. What does Southern Lab need to do to try and slow down this Kentwood
I think
attack?
they need to get pressure, do some stunts with the D linemen, get some blitz with the linebackers. Obviously, they got something right before the half with Mickles with the inside linebacker blitz. So I think if they bring more pressure, they can slow down this Kentwood offense.
Boy, Eric Earl is a guy that can move the chains. And with all these pieces on offense, you think that's what they're planning to do here for the final 24 minutes?
Absolutely. So look, even if Kentwood get the ball in Cavante Carter's hands, I love their approach. I love their approach on defense. They're able to play 3-man and 4-man fronts as well.
Well, we'll take our final break of the half. Come back right after this. Kentwood and Southern Lab strapping it up for the second 2 quarters. We'll be back after this on the Game of the Week.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Bringing high school sports coverage statewide here on the LHSAA Network.
Because every kid has a story, every kid has a journey, and every kid needs that journey to be told, because a lot of these kids are searching for things, a lot of these kids are working towards things, and a lot of these kids use things that's going on in their life to fuel their fire in the weight room, in the classroom, so they can make it to that next level like they always dream of.
The LHSAA Network, where tradition never graduates.
Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I handle trauma on the move. I make the difference.
Do you have what it takes? We spin up and move out. Every second counts. Who's in?
I was here for Harvey, Laura, Delta, and Ida, and I'll be here for the next disaster. Are you coming?
Tradition, determination, teamwork. The LHSAA network is your home for all that and more.
I think that when it comes to the coverage, I think that I feel each game, if possible, should be covered. It's a lot of times you hear about the bigger schools, the Carrs, the Warren Eastons and stuff, but like I said, the John F. Kennedys, the Sotheby Wrights, we also are having success as well, and I think that that recognition, it helps with parents wanting to send their kids to that school, and it also helps with kids wanting to be there.
The LHSAA network, your home for high school sports in Louisiana.
And we're back live. Kentwood and Southern Lab live under the tank. The Roos with a 19-13 lead, getting ready to start the third quarter. Southern Lab will have the ball. Some famous alums of Southern Lab over the years. Marcus Spears, who won a national championship at LSU and was a first-round draft pick of the Cowboys. How about your old teammate with the Tigers, Chad Jones, who won 2 national titles at LSU, one in football and one with baseball, and his son, Chad Jones Jr., wearing number 21 tonight. That's got to be a proud moment for him.
Absolutely. I know Chad is extremely excited. He's probably one of the best athletes that I ever had a chance to play with. Guy was incredible. Played safety at 240 pounds, can run like a deer, and also was a national champion pitcher as well on the LSU baseball team.
Man, he was unbelievable on that 09 team from Maneri with all the stars they had at Alec Box. Southern Lab trailing by 6. They will receive the ball to start our second half. Other famous alums for Kentwood include Trey Palmer, who was a standout wide receiver and safety for the Roos. He was a state champion in the 100 and 200-meter dash, too, not bad. How about a Hall of Famer all-time, Jackie Smith, a 5-time Pro Bowl tight end for the Cardinals. He ran track for Kentwood, played a little ball with them, and later went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, one of the best early tight ends in the game from right here in Kentwood. Can't forget Shaim Carter. Carter's one of those guys that won a championship with Alabama, now on an active roster with the Tennessee Titans. I mean, they've got NFL players all up and down this all-time roster.
They do. Obviously, I said I know they're drinking something in the water down here in the Kentwood, so they do an outstanding job, and so proud and happy for those young men.
So Kentwood will be on defense. They will kick off to get us started here in our second half. There could be some fireworks on offense for both these two teams. They've been tough to stop.
Look, both teams has incredible athletes on offense, so it's basically, this game could come down who has the ball last. I think Southern Lab is going to continue to do the run game, running Marlon Brown, and obviously Kentwood, again, get the ball to Cavante Carter's hands and move the ball around. They're doing a great job offense as well, getting everyone involved.
What's interesting about Carter, he had a reception for 82 yards and a touchdown. He had a rush for 52 yards and a touchdown. Can we get him the ball some more? I mean, can this guy go 3 for 3 and get in the end zone again?
Talk about a return of investment, right? Just, put a little stock in it, you get a great return. So the guy's incredible. So it seems like every time he touches the football, great things happen.
Kentwood's done a nice job of spreading the ball around. Eric Earl at quarterback. He's fed Shamar Cooper. Jermaine Brown, there's Cooper. Don't forget about next week's Game of the Week on the LHSAA network. They'll be hosted in Zachary as the Broncos welcome the Catholic High Bears in what should be an awesome atmosphere. Thursday night, November 2nd, 7 p.m. kickoff, live on YouTube.
Definitely looking forward to that matchup. 2 weeks in a row, we have an exciting matchup. Even tonight, it is a barn burner.
I'm looking down on the field, and Coach Foster is imploring his team to go out there and get after Southern Lab.
Usually the team that starts the second half fast, usually the team that's victorious. So I think Coach Foster's telling the guys, do not be lackadaisical. Come out, play hard, and play physical and fast.
Number 14, Denham Hunt, back deep for Southern Lab to return. P.J. Wilson will kick off. 1A football, love to see the linemen when they kick off. He takes care of the extra points as well.
Let's go in the second half. Kentwood.
12 minutes on the clock, and our second half is underway. This one's fielded right around the 12-yard line, and some room to run for Southern Lab. One man to beat, and they're brought down at the 45-yard line of Kentwood.
Another great return, but looks like it will be called back for a holding penalty.
Boy, Marquez Williams was running like a deer. They finally got the last man to get a hand on him. I think that was Jermaine Brown. But again, the flag flies. 41 yards will be wiped away by a block in the back.
Again, I know they talked about at halftime of eliminating the penalties and playing smart, and it's something that you don't want to start off the second half with, especially when we had the opportunity to get great field position.
Here's take a look, Derry.
It's great right there, the block in the back right here, number 21. I just want to get in front of the guy, make sure, look, if you cannot block him, leave him alone, and hopefully you play the next down. You don't want to do that.
So Southern Lab will have this one right around the 30-yard line to get things started in our third quarter.
Again, they're coming back in this pistol formation with the 2 running backs, no tight ends, 20 personnel, and Kentwood is starting the second half with a 4-down front to try to eliminate this run game and option attack from Southern Lab.
Marlon Brown in the first half, 2 passes out of 3 attempts, 25 yards. He also rushed 4 times for 33 yards and a touchdown. Handoff in the backfield. Asbury sheds a blocker, heading towards the near sideline. He's got enough for the first down before his legs are taken out from under him. 13 yards on the game.
Great job by Asbury right there, falling behind his offensive lineman, nice and simple, gets upfield and gets a first down for Southern Lab.
He, of course, is the son of Darrell Asbury, the head coach of Southern Lab. You could just hear it in his voice in our conference call with him. He said, Amarian has been by my side since he was 5 years old on all the different football fields that he has coached on, and it has been the joy of his life to have his son with him. Handoff in the backfield. Big stick on Joshua Davis, who was brought down just past the line of scrimmage. Tough tackle there by Cavante Miller, the junior. Down is the center, Ethan Jupiter, the 6'2" senior.
And obviously you do not want an injury on the offensive lineman, especially when you're trying to get the run game going as well.
Tonight's game brought to you by General Contractor Ronald Johnson Investments. Whether you planned it or you're needing plans, call Ronald Johnson Investments Commercial General Contractor today. And while number 56, Ethan Jupiter, is being attended to on the field, both teams head to their respective sidelines. Jupiter, 6'2", 235, a senior. Everyone on the offensive line for Southern Lab is a senior with the exception of Sammy Abdalak, a sophomore at 6'3", 300. They are a veteran group and have piled up the points this year. That's good to see, jogging off under his own power.
Absolutely. Look like he may have got caught underneath the power, but good to see that young man get up strong and healthy.
We'll see who Coach Asbury plugs in the hole at center. Southern Lab trailing by 6 just at the start of the third quarter.
It's like another senior, Matthew Robinson, is taking over that center position for Southern Lab.
Williams and Denham Hunt, bottom of your screen at wide receiver. 2 men in the backfield along with Marlon Brown.
Kentwood has no safeties in the middle of the field. You see Southern Lab can take a shot.
It's a handoff to Davis. Evades a tackler. He's over midfield. He's past the 40. And finally brought down by Cavante Miller. First down for Southern Lab. That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down. And trust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. 17-yard pickup by Joshua Davis, the senior back.
Great run by Joshua Davis for pressing the hole, getting outside. And look, when you can run the football successfully with 7 to 8 guys in the box, that's a great job and a great sign for the Southern Lab offense.
Great job on the outside by 70. Sammy Abdalak, the sophomore, who keyed that run. Right before the ball is snapped, whistles blow. Mike Heimel talking with the line judge. Here's the call.
Well, Garrett, I've never seen a false start on the defense. I've seen encroachment offsides, and definitely not a false start. Not sure about that call.
Coach Asbury talking with his backfield mates. That's Keenan Butler, the wide receiver, number 6. Brown trotting back out onto the field.
And as you can see, Garrett, Kentwood has nobody in the middle of the field. They'll let you know they have 7 to 8 guys in the box to get this run game stopped. Obviously, when you do that, Southern Lab is in a great position. Try to hit something over the top. I expect them maybe to run a skinny post and see if they can get something in the middle of the field.
Davis and Asbury in the backfield. Play action across the middle, just over the outstretched fingertips of Denham Hunt.
Well, they got what they were looking for. No safeties over the top. Obviously want to get a skinny post. Just wasn't able to hit him. Right here, Miller drops back, looks on the skinny post, a little bit high. If he can get that ball down a little bit, he could probably have a nice game.
The play action to Davis kind of froze the linebackers and opened things up for Hunt. But that one had too much air under it. Right now, Jerome Harris is getting a break on the sidelines. Asbury and Davis in the backfield.
Kentwood now is man across the board, but they now have a single high safety to get rid of those skinny post routes.
2 wide at the top of your screen. Handoff by Asbury. He's through the line and approaching a first down. Looks like he's going to be about 2 yards short. That brings up 3rd down.
Asbury missed a cut on that play. I think he had it right to the left side. If he would have stuck that foot in the ground, broke out to the left side, he could have got that first down.
Southern Lab trying to convert on 3rd down for the first time tonight. The Kittens are 0 for 3. Marlon Brown surveys the line. 10 seconds on the play clock. 5 on the play clock. They put it in play. Here's Davis. Stutter steps and is met with a wall of defenders. No gain.
Great job by big Edwin P.J. Wilson Jr. stuffing the run that time, getting off a block and making a play. And that's what you want to see from your defensive lineman. Extend those arms, look for the ball carrier, and make a play. And that's exactly what he did.
That brings up 4th and short for Southern Lab. They need 1 yard, and they bring number 5, Jerome Harris in. Southern Lab also 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions. They need a long yard when they try and get it the hard way. Denham Hunt at the bottom of your screen, lined up at wideout.
Let's see if they get Marlon Brown on the edge right here.
Brown in the shotgun, 4 on the game clock. They just snap it in time. Brown keeps it, makes a cut, he's got the first down. I thought he was going to pitch it, held on, and got the hard yardage to move the chains.
Absolutely, they had success tonight with that triple option. They wanted to see if they can get Marlon Brown on the edge and see if he can make a play, and that's exactly what he did. He's extremely elusive for a quarterback.
Professor Beckwith, what are the tenets of stopping the triple option?
Gap sound football, discipline, stay in your gap. Do not try to do your job. When you plan a triple option like this, Your backside defender needs to stay backside. Your front side defender needs to force everything back on the inside. One man has a dive back, one man has the pitch man, one man has the quarterback. So you have to play extremely disciplined. If you get out of your assignment, they can hit you for a long run.
There's Coach Foster on the Kentwood sideline. Fresh set of downs for Southern Lab. The 4th down keeper by Marlon Brown moves the chains. This ball on the 25-yard line. 2 men in the backfield alongside Brown. He's looking down the field. Goes over the top of the defense. Man wide open. It's Denham Hunt. Touchdown, and we are tied up. A 26-yard hookup in the end zone, and Denham Hunt makes them pay.
That's a great play call. We said it all night. The running game allows you to throw the football. Great play call by Southern Lab's OC on that play.
So Marquez Williams, 18, with the catch in the end zone. His first touchdown catch of the night, his 3rd of the season.
Great response by Southern Lab coming out in the second half and get on the board, see if they can go up one score.
Grisby with the extra point attempt. This one is shanked to the left, and we remain tied at 19.
Look, I think at some point right here, obviously Marlon Brown gets the ball in the backfield. Reed's great job of reading his progression. There's number 2 wide receiver runs an in route. Obviously safety bites down. That leaves number 18, Marquez Williams, wide open on the 9 route for a touchdown.
Great drive by Marlon Brown and the Kittens. They go 8 plays for 70 yards, 4 minutes off the clock to tie us up at 19.
One thing as a defender, especially as a safety, we always talk not to bite the cheese. Anytime on offense, if you see a wide receiver coming across, there's always somebody on the top. And so right there, that's what the Kentwood safety did. He bit the cheese. They ran the wide receiver across. Obviously, they were able to hit Marquez Williams on this 9 route for a touchdown. Great play call. It's called eye deception.
Williams, the 5'9 junior, averages 24 yards a catch. Picked up 26 on that score there. One other thing that stands out to me, Derry, we've got 6 touchdowns in the game, each team with 1 extra point. You know, it's a chance there. You don't want to leave extra points on the board.
I think at some point, one of these teams are going to have to go for a 2-point conversion. I think your odds and your probability of getting that is a lot higher than kicking an extra point.
Southern Lab opens the 3rd quarter with an 8-play touchdown drive to tie things up.
Get ready.
The always dangerous return man, Cavante Carter, back deep for Kentwood. They will not kick it to him. Good field position coming for the Roos. Getting tackled just shy of the 40-yard line is the return man for Kentwood. That's the quarterback, Jamarcus Wilson. And maybe that's a little trickeration by Southern Lab, kicking to him knowing he has an injured shoulder.
I want fans at home not to get fooled by 1A football. These guys are playing extremely hard. This is an exciting matchup. These guys are playing both ways. I see no one with their hands on their hips. I see no one taking deep breath. This shows you the conditioning that these guys have put in over the summertime to get themselves in top tip condition.
So the senior quarterback, Eric Earl Jr. back out. First time that Kentwood's had the ball here in the 3rd quarter. 4 wide set. He'll put that one in the belly of Sean Burton. Burton's got room to run. First down run and more for Burton. That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down, and trust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. Burton with a big 16-yard burst.
Great job by Kentwood on that play, especially the left guard and left tackle, sealing the edge and allowing Jermaine Burton to bounce that ball outside and pick up a first down.
Southern Lab's defense cannot continue to let him get chunk plays like that. Burton remains in the backfield. Jermaine Brown, bottom of your screen. Earl throws. That one's out of the hands of Brown. Snap was a little bit high.
Again, I'm surprised to see Southern Lab probably not try to get pressure on Kentwood. Looks like they're still trying to play base defense. They're only rushing 3, dropping 8. And obviously that is affecting them a little bit in the run game. When you're struggling to stop the run, you want to do something with the D linemen, whether it's slanting them, do something to get penetration, to kind of slow down this running game and make Kentwood honest on offense.
Right now, Preston Hawkins, the 6'3 sophomore, and Randall Johnson, the 6'5", 280-pound junior, trying to get some pressure up the gut. Here's Earl. Wide open, Shamar Cooper makes a cut. He's inside the 10, 5, stumbling for a 1-yard gain at the 1. The fans here want the touchdown. Cooper with all-out effort.
Great job. At that time, they used Kevontae Carter as a decoy. The pump fake and got Cooper up the sideline on the basically what they call a little seam route in that slot. Great play call by Kentwood.
41 yards on the hookup to Shamar Cooper. I think he was incredibly close unless he stepped out on that right sideline because he fell inside the pylon when he was brought down, dude.
Absolutely. Great play call again. The pump fake was a slot fade to Cooper. Outstanding play call. Kevontae Carter can affect this game in so many ways because you think he's going to get the football. You bite down him to see if he's going to get it or not. Obviously, Cooper grab the sideline right here. Called a slot fade. They did a great job. Great job of getting the run after the catch. Breaking loose. Let's see if he gets in the end zone. Oh, it was close.
Looks like his left foot was out about the 2 or the 3 yard line. Great work by our camera crew. Cooper had a lot of space on a catch earlier in the second quarter where there's just nobody around him. This is a guy who's just great at running routes and then kind of shedding blockers.
Absolutely. These guys do a great job too with the ball in their hands. These are running backs playing wide receiver.
Eric Earl is completing passes at a very high percentage right now. 10 of 13 for over 200 yards and a touchdown pass. I think what they're going to do, though, is bulldoze this one into the end zone. We'll see if it goes to Burton.
And it looks like both OCs from Southern Lab and Kentwood is dialing up a little bit more in the second half.
Number 9, Sean Burton of Kentwood had our game's first touchdown. The ball's placed at the 2 yard line now inside the red zone. The general contractor Ronald Johnson Investments red zone. Big offensive line for Kentwood. Burton met in the backfield and stopped shy. That's Chad Jones Jr. with the tackle for loss.
I know Chad Jones Sr. will be extremely proud right now. He definitely looked like his dad right there, torpedoing in the backfield and making a great play.
I don't know if he shed a blocker or he came in untouched, but he was in the backfield just like that.
Absolutely. Great play, way to play downhill, using his eyes to wrap it up and making a great tackle.
Looks like they moved the ball back to the 3 yard line for Kentwood. Still Burton in the backfield. They'll throw to the left side. Back corner, intended for Jamarcus Wilson. It's out of his hands. One quarterback throwing to another, but Wilson can't bring it down.
That's the matchup they wanted. Obviously, you have Jamarcus Wilson 6'2" on a corner that's shorter than him. See if they can get him on that fade route. Great throw. Just looked like he did come down with it. Looks like the ball did touch his hands. Probably a catch that he want to have back.
Jamarcus Wilson, 6'2", 190. He's got 6 catches for 76 yards and 3 touchdowns this year.
Great throw. Looks like it went right through his hands. Wasn't able to track the football all the way.
3rd and goal from the 3. Kentwood tonight, 3 of 4 on 3rd down conversions.
Kentwood now has Kevontae Carter in the slot. Let's see if he can get loose on some type of little slant route or something like that.
That tackle for loss by Chad Jones Jr. His whistles blow. It's going to say they made it. That made it much less of a certainty that they could just run their way into the end zone. They're going to back up 5 more yards on the false start.
Again, the tackle was trying to pull on that play, trying to get an early start to get him around the edge. A little bit early, and Kentwood pushes themselves back even more.
James McKnight called for the penalty. Burton remains in the backfield. 9 penalties for 72 yards now for the Roos. Southern Lab with 7 for 65 yards. Empty backfield. Here's Eric Earl, calls for it, rolls left, back of the end zone, and it's caught! Cavante Carter, touchdown! And Kentwood's back on top.
Well, when you need a play, who do you call on? Kavante Carter.
Credit Kavante Carter, who found the open space, little real estate he can call his own, reels that one in. 25-19 your score. Wilson boots this one up, and it is no good. So Kentwood answers the Southern Lab drive. Let's take a close look.
Great job on the rollout. What you call that, 2 receivers is a flood route. Obviously hits Kavante Carter right over the top. Great catch by that young man. 3rd touchdown for tonight.
He heard the game of the week was coming.
He did.
Had to show out.
He did.
Fans in the stands tonight at Kentwood High School really enjoying this program.
Both teams are coming out throwing haymakers in the second half. I wouldn't expect anything different in a game like this because historically, each game has always been a battle.
Both teams with a touchdown on their first drive coming into the second half. That was really impressive by Kentwood. They had to fight for that. Had a couple of penalties that backed them up, but they were eventually able to get into the end zone.
What I'm saying from both teams, especially offensively, is resiliency. Even though they may get some penalties, they're sticking with it, sticking with their game plan, and coming up with some huge plays.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Kentwood with a 6-play drive for 61 yards. They took 1:20 off the clock and lead 25-19. That ball fielded inside the 25-yard line by Southern Lab. And a big stick by Kentwood's special teams. That'll slow down Southern Lab. Flags do fly behind the play.
Great stick by, looks like Kavante Miller, the junior, getting downfield on special teams, making a big hit.
Waiting on the call by the official. Ooh, a personal foul.
It's not now. The first and 10.
See how the Southern Lab offense responds. Obviously, they got themselves in a negative position on this series right here. But see how they respond, and see if the OC can dial it up again and get the matchups that he likes offensively.
Southern Lab's first drive started on their own 1-yard line. They're backed up inside the 10 now. Ball protection is key here. Kentwood going with just 5 in the box. Brown steps back, man in his face. Incomplete pass, far sideline. That ball intended for Keenan Butler.
Good job that time by Jaquavius Blunt, the junior defensive tackle, getting upfield, getting some pressure on the quarterback Marlon Brown and making him get the ball out of his hands.
Southern Lab averaging 45 points a game on offense. Their defense has been pretty good too. They've shut out 3 opponents, give up just 11 points on average. Here's Joshua Davis getting driven back by Kentwood's defense. The hard-charging Kavante Miller with the tackle.
Great job by Kavante Miller. As a linebacker, you taught to read cloudy to clear. He saw cloudy, he read clear, filled the gap, and made a great play on a strong physical running back.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 11. Here's the snap with 1 second left. Out of the hands of Brown. He picks it up. It's still live. Runs out of his own end zone. And the ball pops loose. Picked up. Going into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentwood. LaMichael Callahan picked up a loose ball and scores the touchdown.
Great job by the Kentwood defense of being relentless. Great things happen when you get 11 guys to the football, and that's what happened. Get a defensive touchdown, and they put themselves in a great position right now, going up 2 scores.
That matches their largest lead of the game. That's the first turnover for either squad. Derry, it looked like that ball came out of Brown's hands twice.
It did. It obviously fumbled the snap, picked the ball back up. Kentwood was relentless on defense, got another turnover, got a touchdown.
P.J. Wilson in the extra point. Looked good from our angle, but the officials saw different. Take us through this play.
See, right here, they let the shot clock run down. They're rushing. Obviously, can't get a hold of the ball. He's scrambling, he's rolling. But look at Kentwood's defense. Look how relentless they are. Guys coming from the second level, making a play. And obviously, right here, LaMichael Callahan gets the football, runs to the end zone for the touchdown. Great play by that young man.
I think it was the senior Tylen Brumfeld who knocked it loose, and Callahan's the benefactor. He runs into the end zone to put his team up. .525 left in your 3rd quarter. Kentwood now up 31-19.
And Garrett, it seems like we got some friends right now in the stands, obviously.
What a play, a heads-up play by Callahan, the 6', 220-pound junior. He's been active tonight on defense.
He has, and look, I've been extremely impressed with this group of guys. A lot of them, like I said, they play both ways, but they're extremely physical. They don't gripe, they don't complain, they do their job, and they're very coachable. And if you have that, that's a great recipe for success.
Having a little fun out there on the field.
I mean, these guys don't get tired. They're not only playing offensive defense, they're playing special teams as well. And the ability to continue to play with energy is incredible.
The only good news for Southern Lab is they're about to get the ball back and try and cut into this 12-point lead. Davis picked that one up, has no room to run. And a nice play on special teams coverage.
Great job by the senior right there, Ravon Moore, getting downfield, making a play on special teams.
Coach Foster's team has Southern Lab backed up deep again, feeling confident about their defense.
And if I'm Southern Lab offense, Garrett, don't panic. Stick with your game plan. You're still in this football game. Continue to run the ball and see if you can get quarterback on the edge with his triple option and get some yardage. Pick it up one play at a time. But a false start is not going to help.
So now 1st and 15 coming up for Southern Lab.
And when you're trying to get back to this football game, penalties is something that you cannot have, Garrett.
We'll see if they try and pound the ball with Amari and Asbury. 6'1", 204 pounds in the backfield. Bad snap again. Bounces into the hands, and a catch is going to be reeled in. That was making something out of nothing, and Denham Hunt came away with the catch.
Great job that time by Marlon Brown, making a great play. Obviously, bobbled the snap, able to pick it up and get a completion to Denham Hunt.
5 yards on the pickup.
Right here, look, keep his eyes down the field. He didn't panic, able to make a great play and picks up almost close to first down, coming up 2nd and short.
2nd down now for Southern Lab. Handoff to Asbury. He is knocked flat on his back. Minimal gain. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
We call it a downhill daddy in the linebacker room. Great job right there by Kavante Miller. The guy was a slobberknocker. Great play.
Kentwood's defense looks like they are running downhill right now. Southern Lab trying to convert on third down for the first time all night. Kittens are 0 for 5. Brown looking downfield, throws into double coverage, and that one's knocked away. The intended target was Williams.
Great job by this Kentwood defense. Looks like it's 4th down territory for Southern Lab. Don't know if they're going to go for this or punt it, but looks like they're keeping their offense on the field.
Under 5 minutes, the third quarter. We got another one to go.
Punt team coming on the field. That's the smart play. Ball inside the 30. Eight seconds on the play clock. The first punt that he had was for 35 yards. I don't know if they're going to get this one off. They do. Or I thought they did, but flags fly behind the play. 5 more yards tacked on to Southern Lab's ledger. I didn't see everybody set. I was a little worried when they snapped the ball that they were going to hang their punter out to dry.
It's like Southern Lab right now is kind of out of flux. Offensively, defensively, and special teams. They kind of have to calm down, collect themselves, and kind of regroup and see if they can get back in this ball game. It's imperative for the defense to make sure they get a stop against this Kentwood offense coming up.
The senior kicker Grisby gets this one away. Fielded at the 50-yard line by Kavante Carter. And Carter is brought down by a host of Southern Lab players. 31 yards on the punt. And Kentwood's going to have great field position here. Pick up a yard or two and you're already in Southern Lab territory. We'll see if they can add to their 12-point lead.
Absolutely. In a game like this, even though you're about 12 points, a lot of times offensive coordinators want to play conservative. I do not see that from Kentwood's offense. I believe they can continue to put their foot on the gas and see if they can go up another score up by 20 points possibly.
LaMichael Callahan, 0. In as a blocker. He already has a touchdown on defense tonight. Handoff to Shun Burton, who is wrapped up in a tackle for loss there by Creston Hawkins, the big sophomore.
Good job by the D-tackle, Creston Hawkins, getting flat, running down the line of scrimmage and making an outstanding play. Great athletic play by the young man.
9th tackle for loss on the year for Hawkins.
Right, he gets upfield, uses his hands, gets down the line of scrimmage, makes a great play in the backfield.
Had some help from Chad Jones Jr. Kentwood looking at 2nd and a long 10. Here comes some pressure. Earl sidesteps it, throws down the field, and almost intercepted. Ronald Johnson is upset with himself. That one was tailor-made to be picked off.
When you're trying to get back in the football game, those are plays that you're going to have to make. If Southern Lab doesn't win this game, they're going to go back and look at that. And Ronald Johnson is going to shoot himself in the foot and wishes he would have made that play.
Turned on it and had a couple of looks at it.
Now look, I'm not saying it was an easy catch. Obviously, he was falling backwards with a lot of momentum, but that's something that you got to have.
Kentwood tonight with 4 seconds on the play clock is 4 of 6 on third down conversions. Looks like they just got that snap away. They laid out Earl there, and he took a heavy hit at the line of scrimmage. Not able to convert there. With the way the ball is spotted, this is going to be 4th and 9. You would assume they'll punt this away to Southern Lab.
A great response by Southern Lab defense. Obviously, you gave up some points in the second half. Good job of 3 and out and get the ball back into your offensive hands to see if they can make something happen.
Senior wide receiver Shamar Cooper ready to punt again for the Roos. sends a bullet down the field. Inside the 20-yard line, and the special teams will finally stop its momentum.
Great punt right there by Kentwood to put Southern Lab in a, again, negative position offensively and see if they can drive the ball and move it downfield.
Kentwood again having a fine season under Coach Jonathan Foster, 7-1, 2-0 in district play. Their last title came in 2018. Coach Foster led them to a 12-2 record. They beat undefeated Oak Grove in the 1A title game 41-20. Also won the 2015 state title under Coach Foster. And certainly they are excited about playoff football here in Kentwood for the 2023 season. We've still got a week or two to go, though. First run play off to the left side for Southern Lab. No gain.
Looks like Southern Lab has a new quarterback in as well, Jared Boutley. I don't know if something is going on with Marlon Brown, if he's hurt or not out there trying to get a spark and see if they can get something going.
Botley came in the first half, threw a couple of passes, and had about 45 yards. He's a 6'2 sophomore. Keeps it himself, still on his feet. Dives for a first down. We'll see the spot by the official. Clock continues to run, so he stayed in bounds, and he will move the chains.
Great physical run by Jared Bowley. Like I said, Southern Lab, you're only down by 2 scores. It's not time to panic. Stick to what we're doing, running the football, and see if you can get back in this football game by driving the ball down the field.
Botley came into the game completing 9 of 17 passes for 53%. Also has 2 rushing touchdowns. He's flanked by Jerome Harris Jr. in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Harris. Gets past the first defensive line and is thrown forward. That'll move the chains. A first down run by Harris.
Again, Garrett, great run, running the football. Obviously, hurry up offense. Jerome Harris running behind the offensive lineman, getting upfield. Another first down for the Southern Lab offense.
Harris, a 5'8", 175-pound sophomore with 2 touchdowns rushing tonight. Marquez Williams and Keenan Butler at wideout at the top of your screen. Just 3 down linemen for Kentwood. Can they get pressure? Here's a keeper by Botley, and he'll pick up 6 yards the hard way. Stays in bounds and runs the clock. Under 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Again, great job by Jared Botley right there, getting on the edge, making something happen, picking up positive yards.
Looks
again,
like Southern Lab's going to try and get one more off. And they do. 3 wide set, handoff up the middle. And the spot by the official will give them the first down as the clock rolls zeros. We are 3 quarters in the books here at Kentwood. The Roos with a 31-19 advantage over the Kittens of Southern Lab. Stay with us. Fourth quarter coming up with our LHSAA Network Game of the Week.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
quarter action with a district championship on the line. Kentwood and Southern Lab. Either of these teams will at least claim a piece of it with a win this evening on our LHSAA network. Game of the week, Garrett Walbert, Derry Beckwith, and Southern Lab has moved the chains. They're in good position now, trying to answer and cut into this 12-point lead.
Now you're in a position right now, obviously they have had some success running the football. Let's see if they can get these safeties from Kentwood to bite up and try to get a pass over the top.
Southern Lab has the ball on their own 42-yard line, first down. And remaining in the game is the backup quarterback, Jerry Botley IV. I like it coming out of the timeout. 4 wide set, 2 on each side. Whistles blow again. That is not what they wanted coming out of the timeout. Here's our official. Five-yard penalty on Kentwood. So now 1st and 5 from the 47. I really like the poise that we're seeing from Botley, just a sophomore, doesn't have the majority of the snaps. Those belong to Marlon Brown, but this is a guy that's moving the chains and is able to do it with his legs.
He's calm, cool, and collected. Great-looking kid, has command and control of his offense right now.
Botley hands this one off. Short gain, if anything, for Southern Lab. And now the clock is a bit of a factor. Southern Lab down by 2 scores. The run by Jerome Harris there.
If I'm Southern Lab, I would try to get the ball to the edge. They are not having any success running up the middle, especially with Edwin P.J. Wilson Jr. Playing that zero technique on that 3-man front. He's doing an outstanding job of plugging the holes.
Asbury has been the leading rusher for Southern Lab tonight. 9 carries for 75 yards. Back in the game is Marlon Brown. So the Kittens have their senior quarterback. He looks to go to the skies, throws near sideline, off the fingertips of the defender, Jamarcus Wilson.
Try to get the slot receiver that time on a wheel route. Great play by the Kentwood defense and the secondary and the safety. Looks like Jamarcus Wilson. Great play by the senior safety on that play.
They need to get the ball to the Kentwood 49-yard line. So 3rd and 5 coming up for Southern Lab. 3 wide, top of your screen. Here's a throw over the middle and reeled in for Southern Lab. Huge pickup there for the Kittens by Denham Hunt. Hunt moves the chains over the middle.
That's a great catch by Denham Hunt. Coming in on that 12-yard dig route, gets underneath, stretches out for the football. Great hands and great play by the young man, Denham Hunt.
That was the first 3rd down conversion of the night. Kittens now 1 of 7. Here's a handoff to Harris, right side, makes a cut, gets past the lineman, and then knocked over.
Kentwood defense is extremely physical, and they're hitting. They're getting 11 guys to the football. The guys on the 2nd level are coming down and forcing the help back inside. Great job by this Kentwood defense on that play.
Travante Miller, Cavante Miller, the brothers who are in their junior seasons for Kentwood, making some noise at the linebacker spot. A little over 10 minutes remaining in our ball game. Denham Hunt, wide receiver, bottom of your screen. Keenan Butler's there with him. And a big tackle for loss in the backfield. Guess who? LaMichael Callahan. 2nd tackle for loss of the ball game for the big man.
LaMichael Callahan is an absolute stud. He is a player. The way he fires off the ball, gets in the backfield. And let me tell you something, Garrett. It is not easy for a defensive end to make a play on a sprinting wide receiver in open space. Outstanding play by LaMichael Callahan. Just a junior. Has another year left.
3rd down and 11 coming up for Southern Lab. Brown looks left. Ball gets away. Throws into the flat. Caught. First down and more. Here's a run by Marquez Williams, and he's pushed out of bounds. It's the general contractor Ronald Johnson Investments red zone that Southern Lab has just entered, trying to cut into this 12-point lead of Kentwood.
Great job by Marlon Brown that time, keeping his eyes down the field and able to hit Marquez Williams for the first down.
3rd and 11, no problem. They just hooked up for 27 yards on that catch. Brown from the right hash. Immediate pressure. Throws it to Hunt, who makes a cut. A spin, still on his feet inside the 5. Push forward. Touchdown, Southern Lab! Wow, Denham Hunt would not be denied.
14.
Number 14 rumbles 14 yards after the catch.
Great job by Denham Hunt. They call it the jailbait screen. He gets it behind his blockers, gets up the field, does an outstanding job. Look, it takes a grown man to run a jailbait screen because you're going against the traffic. Outstanding job by Denham Hunt.
Let's give the assist to the big lineman, David Howard, who helped power him into the end zone. .32 up on the clock. The extra point is pending as these two teams head back to their sidelines. What a great drive by Southern Lab to answer.
Outstanding drive. Again, I said all game, they have shown so much resiliency. They've answered the call when that time was come, and obviously on that play to get in the end zone by Denham Hunt, great play call.
We were talking about the last title coming for Kentwood in 2018. Southern Lab won the 2021 title. And Terry, they've really got a proud history in the Prep Classic. They have played for 10 state titles, winning 6. 2 of those were later vacated, but the Lab School at Southern has been competing for titles since 1977. That's a good program.
Both of these teams have historic programs, historic players, historic coaches, so anytime these two get together, it's going to be fireworks, and they have not disappointed tonight. This is probably one of the best atmospheres that you can be a part of as a player and as a fan.
Well, these are the type of games late in the regular season that you need to see as a fan, that you want to see these student athletes who are laying it on the line. Can you imagine a game like this, as tight as it is, as all of the student athletes that are out there tonight, not being able to see it? That's the promise of the LHSAA network, bringing games like this to life. And it's not just football. The LHSAA network is poised to be at all the championship events from every sport in competition. Here's Brown, tackled for loss. The 2-point conversion is for naught. Pretty good play by Christopher Gordon, who got into the backfield.
I don't know his last name. I know he's a junior.
Today's game brought to you by general contractor Ronald Johnson Investments. Whether you planned it or are needing plans, call Ronald Johnson Investments Commercial General Contractor today.
Yeah, if I'm Southern Lab right now defensively, I have to take chances. If you take chances, you never know what might happen. Take some chances, blitz some linebackers up the middle, get them on one-on-one matchups with the running backs and see what you can do. See if you crash the D lineman down, get some stunts. But right now, even though we're at the midway point almost in the fourth quarter, defensively, I would start taking some risks and see if you can get a turnover.
Southern Lab and Kentwood, to an extent, have both struggled on extra point attempts tonight. Each team has just 1 made, and I think that's the reason they went for 2 there, but it remains a 6-point game. Maybe take a look at the extra point there. So Southern Lab will kick off. What an exceptional drive by the Kittens. 12 plays, 89 yards covered, and over 5.5 minutes off the clock. That one into the hands of Cavante Carter. Carter runs right near sideline. A couple of players on special teams by Southern Lab got laid out, but Carter could not turn the corner. They are playing tough out there, Derry.
They are extremely physical. Look like they have a flag on the play. It might be an illegal block, possibly on Kentwood. See right here, Cavante Carter gets up the field, goes to the right. Great block by Jamarcus Wilson on that play. I think that's a legal block, though. Hope not.
I'll tell you what, did you see number 8, Jamarcus Wilson, lay a lick on one of those players? I mean, he's injured. He has a hurt shoulder, and he's out on special teams. He's out at wide receiver and defensive back. Young man, the starting quarterback who's been forced out on sportsmanlike conduct. That'll be on Kentwood.
Even though he's out there with a hurt shoulder, he's probably blocking with his hurt shoulder, let you know how much this game means to this program and means to these student athletes.
Eric Earl back out. He has been very efficient passing the ball, was 10 of his first 13. Kentwood now, though, has 11 penalties for 92 yards. You don't want to let something like that stall a drive here that could help you nail down a district championship. So first down for Kentwood. They're on the road next week at Central Private. That's their last game of the regular season. Sean Burton runs to the left side.
Right there, Southern Lab brought some pressure with that linebacker, Evan Mickles. Again, get some pressure, see what you can do, see if you can make some things happen, especially at this point in juncture of the football game.
Southern Lab's last game of the regular season will be against Slaughter Community Charter Football. They're 5-3 on the year and 1-1 in district play. Kentwood looking to drive here. Pump fake down the field to Cooper, and he overthrows him by a good bit. Love the way that was drawn up, though.
Absolutely. They hit it the first time with that pump fake, slot fade, thought they can get it again. They had the matchup that they wanted. He just overshot him on that play. And I like the fact that Kentwood is not playing conservative. They know this game is not over with. They have to score touchdowns. So great aggressive call by Kentwood's offensive coordinator.
3rd down and 9 coming up for the Roos, who have definitely impressed tonight on offense. Kentwood 4 of 7 on 3rd downs this evening. That one's tipped at the line, intercepted into the hands of Chad Jones Jr., and Southern Lab is in great field position as he holds on. Second turnover of the night. That ball tipped at the line, and Jones was the man on the spot.
Great job by Southern Lab defensive line. As a D lineman, you're always taught if you don't get the sack, get your hands up. Good things can happen, and that's what they did. They got their hands up, tip ball. Chad Jones Jr. were able to get the football. Again, they brought pressure. I told you earlier, if they bring pressure, good things happen. Again, number 50, the linebacker with the pressure up the middle, Evan Mickles making things happen, putting pressure on the quarterback, and then great position to score a touchdown.
Evan Mickles, the senior, puts that ball up in the air. Chad Jones Jr. does the rest. The ball right now is on the 22-yard line of Kentwood. They are just shy of the red zone. And just a sterling opportunity for Marlon Brown and the Kittens to steal one here on the road.
Great job by Southern Lab defensive coordinator for dialing it up and making a play.
Coach Asbury talking with his senior quarterback, Marlon Brown. Said the one thing that's really set him apart is that over the last year, he's really gotten into film study, averages more than 2 hours a day, 2-year starter for the Kittens, and learned under a pretty good one in Angelo Izard in 21 when they won the state title. Here's a handoff, running hard, and brought down is Jerome Harris.
Great penetration that time from Kentwood's defense again in the backfield. Again, nice turf run for Jerome Harris, positive yards, and see what Southern Lab does on 2nd down.
We have an update from the St. Mary's Logansport game. It was 8-3 at the half. Logansport ends up winning 20-3 over St. Mary's. That game has gone final. Harris in the backfield, 2nd down coming up. Here's Brown, sheds one defender, heads for the end zone. He's pushed out of bounds. A flag flies in the backfield. Brown still has great burst deep in this ball game. Less than 7 minutes remaining.
See what the flag is on this play.
False start on the line for Southern Lab. It remains second down.
But the false start, I wonder why they let the play continue to go. If it was a false start, that's something I'm a little bit confused about.
11 penalties for 90 yards tonight on the Kittens. It'll be second and about 13 yards. Can Brown find Marquez Williams, who has a touchdown? Keenan Butler or Denham Hunt? Into the backfield now is the senior back, Joshua Davis, 42. Provides protection. Here's a check down to Harris. Harris tripped up in the backfield. Huge play on defense for Kentwood.
Great job that time by Tylen Brumfield, the senior, to get in the backfield and making a huge play.
Let's take a look at the last play, Derry.
That's right. Marlon Brown looks down the field, flips out to Harris, but Tylen Brown again gets downfield, makes a great play, and waits for his comrades to come and finish the tackle.
Well, we got a big game coming up week 10 next week. It'll be Zachary and Catholic for our LHSAA Network Game of the Week. 7 p.m. kickoff. Both teams head to the sidelines here. And this is one of those games where a district title for Zachary will be on the line. They're looking to finish undefeated. They'd love to be 9-0 heading into the playoffs. And Catholic, of course, a very talented team, still ranked very high in the power rankings. They have an opportunity to win and spoil senior night for the Broncos. Can't wait to be there. You can check social media, LHSAA Network TV. And we will have plenty of coverage during the week leading up to this Thursday night game against 7 p.m. kickoff at Zachary. Third down and very long coming up. Kittens tonight just 2 of 8 on third down, but they have converted their last 2.
This is 4th down territory, so if I'm Southern Lab, you do not have to get all the yards back on this third down.
Here's a 4-wide set. Harris in the backfield. Man in motion is Denham Hunt. Brown steps up in the pocket, runs over the right side, evades one tackle, stays up, and he's headed down towards the sticks. That's a great run on third down.
Great escape by Marlon Brown on that play. Obviously, you do not want to take a sack in this situation, but his determination did not allow that. He's able to pick up some yards and make it into a 4th and manageable position.
I thought they had him dead to rights.
Absolutely. Great job looking down the field, getting out the pocket. Right here, I thought they had him sacked. Keeps his head, keeps his eyes up, spins out. Great play by Marlon Brown.
13 yards on the scamper. Now 4th down and short coming up. They need to convert. Pass into the flats. It's tipped away. Huge play on downs. Ball intended for Cooper. So Kentwood turns it over, or has it turned over. Great defensive play for the Roos.
Absolutely. Christopher Gordon Jr. does a great job not getting a pass interference, breaks on the football, gets his opposite hand up to make sure he doesn't grab cloth. Turnover on downs. Kentwood gets the ball on offense.
It is imperative right now for Southern Lab to get a stop, get the ball back, and try and have a chance to take the lead late in this game. We'll see what Kentwood does on offense.
Again, if I'm Southern Lab, bring the pressure. And if I'm Kentwood, hot route where the pressure is coming from.
The last attempted pass by Eric Earl tipped at the line and intercepted. There's a handoff to Carter coming out of the backfield. Flag in the backfield. Carter stood up, and his forward progress stopped.
Looks like going to holding on Jermaine Brown Jr. on the outside.
So first down and 20 coming up for Kentwood. Regardless of the penalty, that was a huge stop on defense for the Roos, putting them in great position.
Absolutely. The holding play is extremely detrimental to an offense, so obviously that puts Kentwood's offense behind the chains. Let's see what they have dialed up for the second and long conversion.
Defense comes set for the Kittens. Earl hands it off, misdirection. Carter can't get free, brought down at the 2.
Good job that time by Southern Lab defensive line, getting penetration and containing Cavante Carter in the backfield.
I think Dylan Day, the senior defensive back, and Chad Jones Jr. combined to drag him down. Kentwood holding on to a 6-point lead here. 5 seconds on the play clock. Earl, quick release, catch. And again, just past the 5-yard line. Southern Labs there to make the tackle. That ball caught by Jamarcus Wilson.
I expect in a third long situation for Kentwood to play it safe. Obviously, their defense have been playing well tonight, so I'll expect them to play it safe, not try to get all the yards in one chuck. Maybe get a screen pass or a bubble screen, or maybe the pump slot fade to Cavante Carter. Be careful for Cavante Carter in the slot. He's very dangerous.
Sean Burton in the backfield with Eric Earl. Handoff to Burton. Third and very long, and he has no gain. Big tackle there by Creston Hawkins and Randall Johnson.
Again, you want to play it safe on that possession. Obviously, third and long, you don't want to do nothing, put yourself in harm's way. Southern Lab gets the ball back. Kentwood, hopefully they can play good defense and see if they can hold the Southern Lab offense out of the end zone.
Number 2, Shamar Cooper will punt for Kentwood, and he's done a nice job of getting his punts off very quickly, though they're so far back. Do you think maybe send a little extra pressure, try and force a turnover? No, he just got that one away. This one's fielded at the 45-yard line. Southern Lab chewing up yardage and smashed to the sidelines. Denham Hunt with a nice return puts his team in position to try and tie it up.
Great job by Denham Hunt getting upfield, getting his offense in a position to make some things happen. Obviously, if I'm Southern Lab, I'm keeping the ball in Marlon Brown's hands and see if he can make something happen. The senior quarterback has shown extreme grit and toughness tonight. I've been extremely impressed by his leadership skills.
That's Cavante Miller on the field. Hopefully it's just a cramp. He's being stretched out right now by the athletic training staff. What's it like on that Southern Lab sideline right now? You have a great opportunity in front of you to get a win on the road in district play. Just got to show some poise.
Absolutely. Stay calm, cool, and collected. Don't rush. Make sure you play assignment football. And obviously when the play is called, execute it at a high level. These guys have been doing this all week. We're in week 9, so I'm pretty sure they know the system. They know who to block. It's all about execution. And when it comes to a game like this, it's about who wants it more.
What have you seen from Marlon Brown tonight, the quarterback for Southern Lab? What has he done when everything's working right?
Tough. And that's what you want from your senior quarterback. Someone who's tough, someone who's resilient, someone that the guys can count on. And he's been doing that and displaying that all night long.
Miller on that punt came up with a leg issue. I'm not sure if it's a cramp. They're working him out, though.
Looks like they're massaging that left calf. Man, these guys play special teams. They pay both ways. So I know during the week they're telling them to hydrate. When you play these many snaps, sometimes water, Gatorade, salt, pickle juice, it's not going to work all the time.
Miller has more than 80 tackles on the season, 7 of them for loss. He is a key player up the middle for the defense for the Roos. The fans for Southern Lab across the field from us are coming to their feet. I think they have a pretty good feeling about what their kittens are about to accomplish here. Both these fans have been live all night.
Absolutely.
They're just looking for another reason to celebrate here at Kentwood High School Football Stadium.
It's a great atmosphere for Thursday night football. I obviously talk about Friday night lights, but this is Thursday night lights right here in Kentwood. So outstanding atmosphere, and so fortunate to be a part of a game like this.
Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Brown with trick wide receivers to the top of your screen. He'll hand off to Armarian Asbury, and he's met by a wall of defenders, and his progress is stopped. Maybe gained a half a yard on the spot by the official across the field from us.
If I'm Southern Lab, I will stay away from running the ball up the middle. Edwin P.J. Wilson is doing a great job again in that zero technique, playing the nose guard position. I would try to get the ball on the edge and see if they can make some things happen in space.
Denham Hunt, the lone wide receiver, on the near sideline. Butler and Williams at the top of your screen. Play action pass. Brown looking down the field. His receivers are covered. He'll take off near side. Inside the 20-yard line, and he's slammed out of bounds. Into the chain link fence here. Great view by our camera angle, but we hope he's all right.
This has been a physical matchup, guys.
This should be a very telling replay, Derry.
Yes, Marlon Brown keeps his eyes down the field. And that's the thing in this defense, when you're only rushing 3 but dropping 8, you give you a chance to maybe get the quarterback to run out of the pocket and get a big first down, something he did on that play.
Wow, you hate to see that. When Brown got knocked out of bounds, his head collided with the fence. He's already left the game once tonight. And he will wave off his head coach. He is up. And he is telling Jerry Botley IV, I got it, man. Looks like they're going to take care of the student athlete, though, and send her to the sidelines just to be checked out. Botley will come in. So the sophomore will lead the offense here, trailing by 6.
But if, as a teammate, if I see my quarterback doing that, I want to make sure I don't go out there and give 100% effort, because that's what you want to see from the leader of your football team.
Asbury in the backfield with him. Here's Botley. A keeper tries to go around the left side, and he's out of bounds. Late flag comes in.
Looks like we have a holding against Southern Lab.
Only one play for the backup quarterback, Botley. Holding called against the Kittens. And back into the game is Marlon Brown. Maybe we can see it here on the replay.
Right, try to get outside on the read option and get Botley on the edge. Holding right there in front of me. Holding call.
Christopher Gordon throws the hands up to make sure the referee sees it. Brown checking the sidelines. Now he has what he wants. Brown with Asbury in the backfield. Quick throw. And maybe got the routes changed up a little bit. So just over 3 minutes remaining. Derry is like clockwork. It's like this game every year is within a touchdown That's exactly what you expect out of a rivalry like this.
Both teams are evenly matched. Both teams are well coached on both sides of the ball. So when you see a game like this, obviously it's going to be a barn burner. And look, they did not disappoint tonight. And we still got 3 minutes left, so I'm looking forward to see what happens.
From the left hash, 4 wide, but before that, another whistle. And instead of a penalty, I believe it's a timeout called by Kentwood. And again, they got a free look at what they were going to do on offense, and then they'll head to the sidelines to talk about it.
They did. And what I noticed in the second half, Kentwood has made a slight adjustment on the defensive side. Obviously, they've been playing with one high safety all game, but coming out in the second half, looks like they've been playing with 2 high safeties to make sure they don't get beat over the top.
There's Coach Foster talking with his players. You remember, it's 1A football. You're not going to have a big roster, Derry. Coach has 44 student athletes suited up for the Roos. He says he's got a personal relationship with each of these young men.
And that's what it's all about. It's not so much about the quantity, but the quality. And these guys are playing quality football tonight. Not only Kentwood is playing quality football, but Southern Lab is playing quality football right now. So hats off to Coach Foster for putting these guys in a great position. Also, Osbury for Southern Lab putting these guys in a great position to come out and perform well tonight.
The Roos defense is looking for a stop against Southern Lab. They have a 6-point lead here with just over 3 minutes remaining. Brown has had time to throw tonight, and there's been several times where his wide receivers are just blanketed by this defensive back coverage of Kentwood. See if somebody can sneak open here. It's a handoff to Asbury. Galloping forward through one line of defense, off another, throws a man down. He's inside the 5 and finally brought down just shy. The ball comes out late. We'll see what the officials rule here, and the spot is at the 2-yard line. They'll say it came out after he was down. This is going to be a very telling replay, Derry.
It is. It is. Obviously right here, gets the ball up the field. And with Kentwood playing these 2 high safeties, Southern Lab sees that, so they don't have a lot of men in the box, so able to get the run, get a great yard and play. Great tough run by Osbury on that play. Let's see if he holds on to the football.
The strip
still
attempt
getting yards
by Cooper.
Yeah, looks like he was down. Yeah.
It's the general contractor Ronald Johnson Investments red zone for Southern Lab, trying to tie it up. Asbury in the backfield. It's a keeper for Brown. He rolls wide, makes a cut, falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Lab. We're tied up at 31. The Southern Lab fans explode on their sideline.
Great tough run by Marlon Brown. Went outside, didn't see anything, cut it upfield, able to get in the end zone.
This is a guy that about 5 plays ago was getting drilled into a fence, and now he's scoring the game-tying touchdown late in the 4th quarter.
Absolutely. The resiliency, I can't say it enough, the grit and the toughness of this kid. Marlon Brown's incredible. Read option, goes outside, doesn't see anything outside, cuts it upfield, almost falls, still gets in the end zone. Taking a lot of hits like a ping ball machine, but he's still able to get in the end zone. Kid is extremely tough. I'm extremely impressed with Marlon Brown.
Now here's the deal. Each team with just 1 made extra point tonight. What do you do here if you're Southern Lab?
Go for 2.
Go for 2. You didn't hesitate.
You don't want to take a chance. The probability of getting a 2-point conversion is a lot greater than kicking an extra point.
You said he's taking a lot of hits tonight, but maybe you let Brown have a keeper again, maybe running behind a big blocker. We'll see what they choose to do.
Absolutely. When the district championship is on the line and this rivalry is on the line, I'm pretty sure Marlon Brown is telling Coach Osbury right now, put the ball in my hands. I want to make a play.
Huge play for the Kentwood defense right here. Can they stand tall and keep it tied at 31 and get the ball back? Or will Southern Lab go ahead? Whistle blows and we're ready to get back underway. In the backfield is 42 Joshua Davis along with Amarian Asbury. All three running backs are in the backfield with Brown. A little trickeration. Handoff to Asbury. Powers through the line. And Southern Lab takes the late lead, 32-31. The junior, who lost 40 pounds in the offseason, powers his way into the end zone to give his team the late lead.
That time they go jumbo package, 3 running backs in the backfield, get downhill on the big back. 2-point conversion is great. It's good.
How do you defend this if you're Kentwood? All 3 backs in the backfield, you have no idea who it's going to.
Penetration from the defensive lineman. Anytime you have 3 backs in the backfield, if you don't get penetration from your D lineman, you're going to be outflanked and outblocked, and that's what happened that time. Great job by Southern Lab.
Already some big wins on the season for Southern Lab. Their only loss came against Madison Prep, 13-12, but they've beaten Opelousas Catholic. The Vikings are undefeated in their district play. They won at Dunham, 35-23, and now a chance to shock the state's #1 ranked team in 1A, Kentwood.
Garrett, this game has not disappointed.
Oh, man. So Southern Lab, I don't know if you want to try and kick it as deep as possible because they've got Cavante Carter back there, but try and put this one in the hands and get a hat on him. This one's away with 2:26 left in our game. That one caught by Jamarcus. Runs to the sideline and pushed out of bounds. So a chance for Eric Earl to be a hero and lead Kentwood down the field for one last score.
If it's Southern Lab right now defensively, now's the time to kind of, you don't want to blitz, right? You want to play base defense. Make sure you play sound technique. Know where Cavante Carter is at all times. Are they going to line him up in the slot? Are they going to put him in the backfield? And for Kentwood, it's simple. Try to find Cavante Carter. So let's see.
Kentwood's only run 15 plays this half. Their first one here is caught for a 3-yard gain. That's Carter, and the clock ticks.
Let's see if Kentwood takes advantage of this. Southern Lab has no safeties in the middle of the field.
That one's caught by Jermaine Brown. Brown trying to find the sideline to stop the clock, and does. He'll be about a yard shy, and 3rd down is coming up. The official on the far side of the field says that is a 1st down, and that moves the chains. That's a healthcare records resource 1st down. Entrust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. So 4 fresh downs for Kentwood. Ball is on the 47-yard line. Almost intercepted! Dylan Day had it go through his hands on the near sideline.
Looks like the ball came up on him really fast. He was looking at the defender. That's something he probably wish he had come back. Dylan Day is a big-time player. Big-time players make big-time plays. He probably wishes he had that one back.
That throw by Earl was to the sidelines, but you saw Brown break in. Maybe a little miscommunication on the call there. Here's Earl, play action, big pressure up the middle, throws it, and it's out of the hands of Jamarcus Wilson. Now 3rd down coming up.
Kentwood has no answer for the inside linebacker blitz with Evan Nichols coming up the middle. They have not able to stop it all game long. Let's see if Southern Lab's defensive coordinator dials up again with Evan Nichols.
Wilson, Eric Earl, the quarterback, did a great job of sidestepping Wilson, who's like a 210-pound rocket coming right at him. He was able to get the pass off. Kentwood tonight, 4 of 9 on third down. Just 1 of 4 on third down in the second half. Cooper gives a block. Wilson, they try to throw it to him again, and it's out of his hands. Back-to-back incomplete passes, and 4th down coming up.
What I would do right here, Garrett, if I'm Southern Labs defense, obviously this is the ball game. And for me, I've seen Eric Earl struggle a little bit when you blitz him and get him off his spot. So if you're able to bring some pressure right now, whether it's up the middle with Evan Mickles or extra safety in the box, do something to get some pressure, get him off his spot, and see what happens.
4th down and 10. And Kentwood, who is trailing by 2 on their home field, calls timeout.
Also, if I'm Kentwood offensively right now, I would not keep Earl in the pocket. I would roll him out, get him on the edge, give him an option to run or pass the football.
Don't forget our LHSAA Network Game of the Week, November 2nd, next Thursday. Zachary hosting Catholic, 7 p.m. kickoff. Broncos and Bears, be there. Do you continue to pressure if you're Southern Lab up the middle? Or do you lay back and try and be there in coverage? Because on 4th and 10, I think it's really unlikely they run the ball here.
Yeah, they're not going to run the football. I would do exactly what's been working. That's getting Evan Mickles up the middle. They haven't been able to block it all night. Seems like they don't have an answer. And if you do that, what you're going to do, you're going to get Earl off his spot and make him make a play. But if I'm Kentwood, I don't want to keep Earl in the pocket. Like I said, get him out on the edge and give him an option to either run or pass the ball on a sprint out.
Southern Lab with a 2-point lead and a chance to win a piece of the District 9 title on this next play.
Looks like Kentwood's bringing an extra block in to stop it.
7 men in the box for the Kittens. Earl. And that one's through the hands. 3 consecutive passes to Wilson, and he can't reel it in. Southern Lab celebrates here. They have 1 minute 32 remaining to try and wind out the clock and get the win. I love the play call to go to your injured quarterback, Jamarcus Wilson. They went to him 3 times, and it just didn't work for Kentwood.
Southern Lab did bring pressure on that play. Obviously, they got Earl on the edge on the sprint out to see if he can make some things happen. But Garrett, in this situation, you got to go to your best player. Cavante Carter did not touch the ball at all in this series.
That's a great point, Derry. Southern Lab will take over on downs at Kentwood's 47-yard line. We have confirmed 0 timeouts left for the Kentwood Rubes.
And for Southern Lab right now offensively, just make sure you hold onto the football. I'll take a victory knee and see what happens.
Two men in the backfield alongside Marlon Brown. They will hand off. Nice stutter step cut. Looking to stay in bounds is Jerome Harris. And he is brought down after a first down gain. That's a Healthcare Records Resource first down. Entrust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. 22 yards on the pickup for the sophomore back.
That's a great run by Jerome Harris. And this is the best formation in all of football. Victory formation.
I worked a game last week where Scotlandville played at Liberty. Scotlandville was 0 for 7. And for the first time all season, they got to run the victory formation. Marlon Brown will run the clock, takes the knee, and second down is coming up. Kentwood at 2 separate points tonight, led by 12 points. But Southern Lab would not be denied.
They were not. Their resiliency, the physicality that they possess, outstanding job for Southern Lab, and a great victory for head coach Osbury.
We did not think coming in that Southern Lab would run for 266 yards tonight, but that's exactly what they did.
They did. They stuck with the game plan. Even with them being down 12 points, they stuck to the game plan. They didn't panic. They stayed true to the identity. A lot of times when you get behind, especially offensively, you want to get outside of your identity. They didn't do that. They stuck with it and came out with an incredible victory tonight.
Southern Lab will next play Slaughter Community Charter in district play. They improved to 3-0 tonight and knock off the state's #1 ranked team in 1A. 33-31, Southern Lab a winner on our very first LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Coach Asbury and his team celebrating. Stay with us, folks. Post-game coming up when we return on the other side of this break.
These days, I find myself on the go more than ever. I don't have time to worry about banking. Community First Bank makes banking easy. With mobile banking, I can check my account, cash my check, and pay my bills, all while I'm on the go. The Tap to Pay feature for debit and credit cards also saves me time. And my account has ID protection, giving me peace of mind. If I do have to go to the bank, there is usually a location near me. Community First Bank, that's my bank.
Parkside RV Park is now open adjacent to the new beautiful St. Julian Broussard Sports Complex. The park is a restful stop for travelers, explorers, and sports teams. Reserve time to make memories. Reserve time for a getaway. Reserve time to unwind. Reserve time to kick back. Reserve time to play. Parkside RV Park, Broussard. Reserve your spot today. Book now at parksidervpark.com. A BO Company's inspired family RV park.
I'm Mayor Freddie DeCourt. The City of New Iberia welcomes you to the Pepperplex. We are proud of the improvements like turfing the ball fields, lighting and drainage improvements, and adding a new concession stand. Youth sporting activities is a priority for the City of New Iberia. Baseball, softball, and soccer are flourishing. Come visit the City of New Iberia Pepperplex.
The LHSAA Network, home to the best student athletes in the nation.
I truly wish we were able to get more into the student athlete as far as maybe some type of the way the games are shown, their backgrounds, not so much their home life, but just an idea of who they are. We need to publicize our kids a whole lot more. Give them opportunities. I think Louisiana is one of the talent rich for any sport, you know, and as long as we're pushing academics, they can go anywhere in the world.
Join us this fall for live games, player features, podcasts, and state championship events only on the LHSAA Network.
There's a new leader atop the District 9 board. It's the Southern Lab Kittens who have won here at Kentwood, 33-31, final score on our Game of the Week. The drive of the game is brought to you by Healthcare Records Resource. Entrust all your medical records with Healthcare Records Resource. Take a look at our drive of the game, Darian. It was punctuated by Marlon Brown getting in the end zone.
Absolutely. Great job by Marlon Brown right here, escaping, using his footwork, looking downfield, being extremely physical, and taking a big hit at the end, getting back up, and obviously right here, getting up the field again by the backup quarterback that time. Looks like Jared Boutley getting the ball, and then Mr. Brown getting the end zone, a man of resiliency, toughness, and competitiveness to get this touchdown for Southern Lab to bring him home. Jumbo package right here, Osbury punching in for the two-point conversion. Extremely successful play, extremely great game by Southern Lab tonight.
Brown tied it up in the final minutes. Asbury with the cherry on top goes up by 2, and there's your final score, 33-31. In the second half, 194 total yards for Southern Lab, just 74 for Kentwood. They ran less than 20 plays on their home field in the final. We take a look at rushing yards, a big disparity there. Kentwood, Southern Lab, I thought, had 266 rushing yards. Passing yards favored Kentwood. First downs, 25-11. And you take a look at time of possession, certainly favored the Kangaroos, but they were not able to come away with the victory. So Southern Lab gets the win over the state's top-ranked team in 1A. Derry, your final thoughts on our very first game of the week.
What an exciting game. Look, this is incredible. Southern Lab and Kentwood never disappoints. Both teams should be proud of the way they played tonight.
We appreciate you taking the time to join us on our very first game of the week on the LHSAA network. Southern Lab comes away with a defining win here in Week 9, 33-31. For all of our production staff and Jeff Schneider, I'm Garrett Walver, Derry Beckwith, Tommy Cooper with you. We'll see you next week. Zachary and Catholic, Week 10, our game of the week. Have a good night, everybody.